have an answer. Do you have a feel emotionally, mentally where your team is right now?
I hope they're there and ready to respond. It's hard to read these guys sometimes. This age group and this age cohort, it's hard to figure out what you got. And I hope they respond. We showed them on film, dancing around on the sideline and enjoying themselves to our dismay. So I hope they respond. If they have a competitive bone in their body, they're going to come out here angry and ready to prove some revenge. So excited to see how they respond, and I want to see that fight and that fire in their eyes from the jump.
Your playing days are long over. I know how you would have responded.
Yeah, it wouldn't be pretty. It's there's one thing to be embarrassed, but with the lack of enthusiasm there late, we kind of got away from us, ran out of timeouts, and they just kind of had their way with us there late. And it doesn't sit well with me in any form or fashion. So I hope these guys respond and understand that they're playing for pride right now, and it's a lot on the line right now.
You've been to this tournament at West Virginia. You've been to this tournament when you were at K-State. Give me a little take. Does anything change play-wise, style-wise, game-wise when you get up onto this floor?
No, I don't think you trust your work. You put in a lot of work over the course of the year, and it's a year-long process these days. So you got to understand, you trust your work, trust your coaching staff, trust each other, and go out there and compete at the highest level. We continue to that's what I'm looking for out of these guys.
And it's probably fair to say that you'll know within the first 5 to 7 minutes of playtime?
Yeah, I hope we know. I hope we know that we're not going to back down. I'm going to read those guys pretty quick, and I'll call a quick timeout if I don't think that they're heading in the right space.
Rotation-wise, anything differently from you tonight?
Same thing. We're going to change some things defensively to try to combat what they did to us in Cincinnati. They got 48 points in the paint, so we've done some different things, worked on some different defensive schemes in which way we're going to attack them and keep them, honest in terms of trying to shore up that paint, and they're going to have to beat us from the outside this time around.
It becomes one of those, right? So you're just going to say paint is going to be closed, you're going to have to make shots.
Yep, you're going to have to make shots and prove that you can beat us from the outside, which if we have to make changes and adjustments, we'll do that, and we'll keep on throwing different things at them.
Well, Josh, here's hoping that that ball falls in for West Virginia. You guys can respond. We wish you the very best.
Thank you, Tony.
Head coach Josh Eilert. We invite you to stay tuned. More coming your way after this from United Bank, West Virginia's bank, proud to be united with the Mountaineers.
At United Bank, banking means more than financial solutions. It means rallying around the causes that are important to our customers, employees, and communities. While we have grown in size and presence, we have never forgotten our roots. By giving back to our local communities and funding business development, we help fuel economic growth. Our success is your success, because to us, this is home. United Bank, West Virginia's bank, proud to be united with the Mountaineers. Member FDIC.
And we're back with the action. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an irresistible taste and zero sugar, Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any sports fan. So make sure you... Wait, Jim, I didn't mean try it right now. We're still on the air.
Best Coke ever? Take a taste, Jen.
Really?
No, not right now, Jen. We got a game to call.
From the banks of the Monongahela, this is MSN, the Mountaineers Sports Network.
Hey, son, how are you feeling?
I'm fine, Pops.
What's on your mind?
I can't explain it. Navigating without a compass, eyes waiting, started to wonder. Metamorphosis, loss of who you thought you is.
When your kid can't find the language, help them find the lyrics. Listen to the Sound It Out album and get tips and tools to start a conversation at sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by Ad Council and Pivotal Ventures.
Adoption of teens from foster care is a topic not enough people know about, and we're here to change that. I'm April Dinwiddie, host of the new podcast, Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Each episode brings you compelling real-life adoption stories told by the families that live them with commentary from experts. Visit adoptuskids.org/podcast or subscribe to Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Administration for Children and Families and the Ad Council.
Getting closer towards tip-off between West Virginia and Cincinnati in game number 2 of the Big 12 Conference Tournament from Kansas City. David Kahn with you inside the MSN Studios. Quick check of the out-of-town scoreboard. The first game of the Big 12 Tournament officially in the books. The number 12 seed UCF and 13-seeded Oklahoma State squared off for the second time this year. UCF taking the first meeting in Stillwater at the tail end of February due to some balanced scoring as UCF saw 4 players reach double figures. Today's game, a tale of 2 halves. The first 20 minutes saw the Knights lead by 4, and then they exploded out of the locker room in the second half.
To the corner, on the baseline, Keon Williams. Back up top to Small. They throw it down, stolen by UCF. C.J. Walker picked off that pass. Here's Darius Johnson ahead to C.J. and leaves it up and in for UCF. Timeout, Oklahoma State. What a start to the second half for UCF. They take a 4-point lead in the locker room, and at the 17:55 mark, the lead is 13.
That's Mark Daniels on 96.9 in the game. UCF opening the second half on a 13-0 run, and it was over from there. Ibrahima Diallo leading the way with 17 points as the Knights close out the Cowboys 77-62. UCF moves on to face the 5-seed BYU tomorrow here in Kansas City, while Oklahoma State's season is over for 2023-24. The ACC has also tipped off their conference's crown jewel this year from Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C. The first of 3 games featuring the 12-seed Notre Dame and 13-seeded Georgia Tech. The Yellow Jackets have fallen on hard times since winning this event in 2021 as they're playing in the opening round for the 3rd straight season. And so far at halftime, the hard times continue for GT as they trail Notre Dame 45-33. Leading scorer for the Irish, Marcus Burton, with 15 points. That's a quick check of scores from around the country. Tony Caridi and John Antonik have your keys to the game after this from Kegler's, the home of the most live TVs in the area, and the Josh Eilert Show.
Looking for a spot to hang out before and after WVU games? Look no further than Kegler's Sports Bar and Grill. Located less than a mile from the WVU Coliseum, Kegler's is the home of the most live TVs in the area. Be sure to try their award-winning wings and juicy burgers hot off the grill. Plus, Kegler's has great happy hour specials throughout the week. So gather your friends and head to Kegler's Sports Bar and Grill, the gathering spot for Mountaineer fans.
Hi, I'm Landau Eugene Murphy Jr., winner of America's Got Talent, here to tell you that the West Virginia Department of Education's Adult Ed program helped me build skills for success, and so can you. Find help for free at wvadulted.com.
At Encova Insurance, we're there for you at every step of life's journey. Encova Insurance, your one-stop shop for home, auto, and business insurance to fit your needs today. Visit Encova.com to find an agent today.
We bleed gold and blue. This is MSN, the Mountaineers Sports Network.
Tom has been a teacher for over 40 years. One day, I think one of the students had asked the question and he didn't remember the answer. And I also noticed that he was letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. I was really starting to worry.
Levi and I talked about how it would change our lives, but he was there beside me.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. He sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself.
For many military veteran caregivers, their caregiving journey starts earlier in life and lasts longer. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
All across the Mountain State. These are your Mountaineers. Play-by-play coverage on the Mountaineer Sports Network is presented all season long by CareSource Affordable Marketplace Health Plans. Lost your Medicaid coverage? We got you.
He'll try the straightaway 3-ball. Good!
Today's game is also sponsored by Encova. Encova Insurance brings you peace of mind with protection you can count on. Visit Encova.com to learn more. Little General Stores, your road's neighbor. United Bank, West Virginia's bank. Proud to be united with the Mountaineers. The West Virginia Lottery. Jackpots in the millions. New scratch-off games every month. Play today. What if it could happen to you? Visit WVLottery.com or check out our contest on Facebook or Instagram. Please play responsibly. And by WVU Medicine, exclusive healthcare provider of all Mountaineers, including you.
Back out to Slazinski, opens the door and shoots it, hits a three. Bam! Dunk! Oh, what a beautiful play in transition.
It's almost time for tip-off. Once again, here's Tony Caridi.
Back inside T-Mobile Center, West Virginia finishing up its pregame warm-ups as we prepare for the 23rd all-time meeting between West Virginia and Cincinnati. The series is tied at 11 games apiece. John Antoniuk, our guest analyst on the broadcast today. Keys to the game, John, how are you breaking this one down? What do you want to see?
3 keys, and they're all the same thing. Key 1, defense. Key 2, defense. Key 3, defense. Tony, 5 of the last 9 games, West Virginia's allowed 90 points or more. In 18 Big 12 games, 81 points per game. Teams are shooting 48%. And this one, I've never heard of. Tony, you've followed basketball longer than I have. 3 times this year, West Virginia shot 50% or better and lost the games by double digits. That's a hard one to figure out.
That is, of all of the numbers that you've seen during the course of a season, that's the one that's hard to get your arms around. The fact that they have shot the ball well enough to win, and yet their defense is just so consistently bad that you're getting beat. I mean, that's hard to do, to shoot over 50% in a game and still get beat, yet that has become the biggest problem for this team. And obviously, turning the ball over as well. Possessions are going to be at a premium in this game. Cincinnati will be very physical with West Virginia. They will try to bump them around. How does WVU react to that physicality? We're about to find out. Our opening tip coming your way after this word from Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, the official restoration company of the Mountaineers.
West Virginia's largest restoration company is now in the heart of the Mountain State. With a location in Charleston, joining our branches in Wheeling, Morgantown, and Pittsburgh, we'll be there to help when you need it most. Our expert team and state-of-the-art equipment is ready to serve the Kanawha Valley 24 hours a day. From water damage to fire restoration, when disaster strikes your home or business, tell your insurance provider you prefer the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
At CareSource, we get you. We get that you're working hard, but you still need to buy your own health insurance. We get that you want big benefits for a small budget. That's why we've made our Marketplace health plans so easy to afford. In fact, 4 out of 5 Marketplace customers can get a plan for under $10 per month with financial help. So get great benefits, get a great rate, and know that we'll always have your back. CareSource, we got you. Visit caresource.com/marketplace.
We'll be back after these messages from your local station. This is MSN, the Mountaineers Sports Network.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
A heads up before something bad happens.
You should not send that text.
Uh-oh. Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can reverse prediabetes and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed. Oh, yeah? Yeah, he's starting with the woots. And now a speech.
I just want to say that friendship is about heart and brain. Who's with me?
Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
And my brain is saying, when it's time to go home, somebody call me a ride.
Love that guy.
Me too. Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Back inside Kansas City, thanks so much for being with us. Our first game of the day saw UCF in their very first Big 12 Conference tournament game advance. They knocked off Oklahoma State by a final score of 77-62, and so there is another day for UCF in this tournament. As for Oklahoma State, they have their season come to an end. And this one in front of us, West Virginia and Cincinnati. If the Mountaineers lose, obviously the season would come to an end. There will be postseason basketball for Cincinnati, even if they were to lose today. They're 18-13 overall, 7-11 in league play, and so they'll have some kind of an opportunity postseason. But for West Virginia, this is it. You lose, and your season would come to an end, and then with that will come a myriad of changes within the WVU basketball program. Time now for our starting lineups. They're brought to us by CareSource. When your life's complicated, it's important that your health insurance is not. Choose an affordable marketplace health insurance plan from CareSource. We got you. As I said a moment ago, 23rd meeting.
Broke his leg against St. Louis in the first round of the Conference USA Tournament after the Bearcats had defeated the Billikens by 40 points on Senior Day a few days earlier.
Wow. I mean, we don't need any of that theatrics right there. But, you know, after talking to Kenyon, his life, he's at peace with that. And the Bearcats could have had their national title, which I believe that would have been the year that finally got over the hump for the Bearcats. And that's a little crazy. This guy's sitting up on this ladder right here trying to fix this camera on top of the backboard. I'm afraid of heights.
And he is up on the next to last rung of a gigantic ladder way up above the backboard, fixing a TV camera that points straight down toward the net. Well, it was interesting to talk to UC head coach Wes Miller before the game today about facing a team in back-to-back games. I asked him, had you ever done that before as a player or a coach? He said yes, several times, because in his former league as the head coach at UNC Greensboro, during COVID, they changed their scheduling around to play teams back-to-back. They would play, basically, you know, since they had a home game and a road game, they would just knock off those two games back-to-back to avoid travel and excessive contact and so forth. So he's got quite a bit of experience at doing this.
COVID has brought out first for everything. You never thought that, travel was at a minimum. You and I were calling games in the media center, which was kind of weird.
Off a TV screen.
Off a TV screen, eating cold pizza.
I had prepared for that as a kid. I was dreaming of being a sports broadcaster. I used to turn the sound down on the TV and broadcast into a tape recorder. So I was uniquely qualified that year, T-Nell, for broadcasting games off of TV.
I've done that several times in dreaming about doing it. In fact, when I got my first game call for Fox Sports Ohio, we had to go in the control room and broadcast the game, me and Tommy G, with the TV turned down and call a basketball game. So we called the first half, and it was like, that's good enough.
So we are here on the road at the T-Mobile Center in downtown Kansas City today. A beautiful building. They do a fantastic job with this tournament. There's an area across the street that's set up for fans to gather, watch games on a gigantic big screen TV of other tournament games going around the country. A bunch of bars and restaurants around this arena. So it is an ideal setup for a conference tournament. Looks like we're going to have a decent crowd for this game, even though quite a few of the teams don't play today. There are only 2 games today, and then they start playing 4 games beginning tomorrow. But this is one of those events where you don't see a million empty seats for some of the early round games. We've got fans from a wide variety of schools who are just here today to watch great basketball. Cincinnati is the 11th seed in the event. West Virginia, the 14th seed. As a result, the Bearcats are designated as the quote-unquote home team today. They'll be wearing their white uniforms, and the Mountaineers will be wearing the dark blue.
I hope we don't come out with the same mentality that we're going to blow this team out. No, you got to have the same mentality you had when you checked into the game. Like, no, we're hunting. We're coming for you. we don't want to necessarily live off what we did last time, and that's how Wes Miller doesn't coach his team to be cocky and all that. He is stay focused, stay in the moment. They've had about 6 or 7 walkthroughs. I mean, they lead the league in walkthroughs and film sessions. They get after it the entire time. I mean, these young guys, they don't have time to go back to their room to play PlayStation. If they're not in a walkthrough, if they're not in a film session, then they're with Bob Magine getting worked out. Dan Skillings is dancing in the hallway. As soon as he gets off the elevator, somebody's grabbing him and doing a media session, taking him back there. Like, it is a full-on production, and it was great to see it all come to a head in the previous West Virginia game. Let's see if we can string it together another one.
There is some human nature involved when you beat a team by 36 points 4 days earlier, but I do think it helps that they also have a loss this year to the West Virginia Mountaineers. They know they're capable of squandering this opportunity if they don't play well, having lost by 4 in Morgantown on the final day of January.
Our bigs have to stay out of foul trouble. We don't know if Victor Larkin's probably not going to play. So you got Jamil and you got Aziz. If push comes to shove, you can always put Talentino in there for a possession or two. We just don't want to get in foul trouble.
Victor is in uniform today and went through the pregame warm-ups, but he has not practiced since the ankle injuries, missed the last couple of games. I was told before the game there's a chance he could be available tomorrow, but probably not today. Aziz Bandago and Jesse Edwards compete for the opening tap. It's controlled by the Bearcats, and Cincinnati will have the first possession of the game. Simas Lukosius dribbling past the center court stripe, has it outside the arc left, throws it toward the right wing, and Dan Skillings, left-hand drive to the free throw line, jumps and throws a pass right to John Newman, and John did not catch it. Perfectly thrown pass, but it went off John's hands and out of bounds. So a little sloppy in the first 15 seconds of the game. West Virginia has the ball for the first time. Slazinski passing to the right wing and Kobe Johnson. Here's Edwards, top of the circle, hands it off for Krisa. Krisa with a running floater. It is no good, and the rebound is grabbed by Aziz Bandago. No score, 30 seconds in. Skillings throws it under the hoop for Bandago. Dribbles once, spins, couldn't get off a shot. Throws it outside the arc, intended for Newman, and this time goes out of bounds again, but it was touched, thankfully, by Raekwon Battle.
Well, you're going to expect West Virginia to come out and play aggressive and play their best to start the game based on what happened last game.
Cincinnati shot 70% in the second half on Saturday, and West Virginia did not defend much after intermission. Here's Day Thomas driving toward the bucket. Fall-away shot is good as he banks it in from 12 feet.
That separation. Beautiful shot against Krisa.
2-0 Bearcats. 1 minute into the game here in Kansas City. Krisa has it in the front court for the Mountaineers. Bounces it on the wing for Kobe Johnson. Looking down low for Jesse Edwards. Good defense by Bandago, and they have to throw it back out to center court in Krisa. Over the shoulder pass for Slazinski. 3-point shot, and he makes it to give the Mountaineers a 1-point lead.
Yeah, they're going to have to close out. They worked on that pregame. Pick and pop.
3-2 West Virginia. We've played 1 minute and 20 seconds. Day Thomas dribbling just past the center court stripe. Now Thomas plays catch with Skillings and gets the ball back. Day fires toward the wing and Lukosius. Simas with 12 on the shot clock, dribbling on the wing. Passes to Bandago, gives it back. Now an alley-oop, and it's dunked in by Aziz.
They're playing the screener, more or less the guy that's playing Aziz Bandago, which is Jesse. If he doesn't pick up, they throw it automatically to the rim.
4-3 Cincinnati. 18:08 left in the first half. Here's Slazinski, and he travels. Took a step before dribbling, and the call was made by Kip Kissinger.
We've had this crew several times this year. They're a no-nonsense crew, and they will call what they see.
Bearcats have a 4-3 lead. And Cincinnati will throw it in from the sideline right next to their bench in the backcourt. Lukosius bounces it in for Day Thomas. He walks it into the front court. Kirk Risa defends. We're 2 minutes in. Cincinnati leads 4-3. Newman fumbled the ball on the wing. Now he drives toward the low block. Here comes a double team, and a reach-in foul is called on West Virginia.
Remember, Krisa was in foul trouble the first game, so he's going to have to stay out of foul trouble. He picks up his first on the double team.
He got called for a technical foul on Saturday at Fifth Third Arena.
Plays with the temper.
He does. Got a little tood. He's a good player. Led the Pac 12 in assists twice when he was at Arizona. Lukosius will inbound, throws it in for Skillings outside the arc. Dan driving, passes on the wing for Day Thomas. Kriisa falls down. Day passes to the wing. Lukosius for three, and he buries it.
It's a lot of ooh and ahs for the Bearcats here in attendance.
7-3 Cincinnati, 2.5 minutes into the game. West Virginia has it in the front court. Kriisa, 35 feet from the bucket, passes for Slazinski, fires up another three, rolls around the rim, it's no good, and we've got a foul called on Jesse Edwards pushing Aziz Bandego.
Jesse Edwards he went to the ref and said, woo, like that was cheap, that was small, that was minute. You call that, there's going to be a lot of banging in this game, you're going to call that?
So the Bearcats have the ball with a 7-3 lead as Day Thomas looks toward his head coach and begins jogging into the front court. Passes on the left wing for Skillings, hands it right back to Day Thomas. Fakes an alley-oop. He's dribbling outside the arc left. Now Lukosius on the left wing, back up top for Day. Thomas passes for Skillings, looking down low for Bandego. Now he dribbles right of the lane, steps into the paint, passes on the wing for Newman, 5 to shoot. John drives baseline, had his shot blocked from behind, but Cincinnati gets the rebound, feeds Skillings, misses a three-point shot, and Bandego will be called for a foul.
Now they got the foul situation even. Bandego's going to get 2 fouls because he plays hard. And sometimes they're going to be over-the-back fouls because he loves to go for the offensive rebound. He's got to be mindful of the second foul.
7-3 Cincinnati, a little more than 3 minutes into the game here in Kansas City. Kriisa between the circles for the Mountaineers, throws it under the hoop.
Good block.
Great block by Newman to deny an alley-oop dunk by Battle. Cincinnati races the other way. Skillings in the short corner. Up top for Newman, steps into a three. Off the left side of the rim, no good. Rebounded by the Mountaineers. Slazinski fires it up the floor for Kobe Johnson. His three-point shot, no good. Rebounded by Skillings. 2 big men are down on the floor on the opposite side of the court. Skillings drives, passes to Day Thomas, three-point shot, and he makes it.
I almost thought he should have gave that ball back to Skillings in the corner, but Day caught it, rolled it around in his fingertips, and released.
Cincinnati's on an 8-0 run, and the Bearcats lead at 10-3. 16:05 left in the half. Now a backdoor cut by Kobe Johnson. His shot got blocked out of bounds by Cincinnati.
That's great reaction right there because that whole side was cleared out. Aziz left his man to go meet him at the rim and blocked it right outside the white square.
That's 2 layups or dunks denied by Bearcat block shots. One by Newman, one by Bandego.
Aziz is holding his wrist, Dan.
16:01 left in the half, but he is staying in the game. West Virginia has the ball. Slazinski inside the three-point line. Drives, throws it in the middle of the paint. Hook shot by Edwards, and he floats it in.
He just jumped over Aziz. Aziz is grabbing his wrist. He's going to have to come out of the game. Nobody's looking at him.
15:46 remaining in the half. Cincinnati leads West Virginia 10-5. Day Thomas shoots another three. In and out, no good. Rebounded by a leaping Battle. He'll dribble the other way for the Mountaineers. Raekwon Battle driving on John Newman. Spins into the lane. Floats up a shot that's no good. Great box out by Bandego to grab the rebound. Looking toward the bench, indicating he needs to come out of the game. Skillings drives, puts up a shot that's no good, but a foul will be called on West Virginia.
They love to get the ball in transition early to either Seamouse Lakosha or Dan Skilling and let them play a little bit, go downhill, and he put the pressure on the defense and drew a foul.
Raekwon Battle called for the foul, and that takes us to the under 16-minute media timeout. 15:24 left in the first half. Cincinnati 10, West Virginia 5. It's the Big 12 tournament presented by R&L Carriers on News Radio 700 WLW.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota, like the family-size Highlander. Now through April 1st, get a new 24 Highlander with 4.75 APR financing, or 5.75 on an electrified Highlander hybrid, or get up to $1,000 APR cash on the new Grand Highlander, depending on model, when financed with approved credit through TFS. Plus, you get 2 years no-cost maintenance. Get details at Toyota.com. Ready, set, go get your Toyota today. Toyota, let's go places.
Do you worry about your basement leaking every time it rains? Well, get it fixed permanently. Hey, Gary Sullivan here. Call EverDry Waterproofing today and stop worrying about your basement and start using it. Call EverDry Waterproofing for a free basement inspection today.
The Roar Insurance Agency has been meeting the Tri-State's insurance needs for over 25 years. Life insurance, disability, business, home, or insuring your second home in Florida, Michigan, or anywhere. Put the Roar back in your insurance today. Roar, INS.com.
There are lots of ways to make Skyline part of your game plan. You can pregame with friends in 5 ways at your favorite Skyline, or carry out conies to crush during the game. And Skyline is the only place for post-game Cholitos and chili cheese fries. Football, basketball, baseball, or soccer. High school, college, or pro. Doesn't matter. Game time is always a good time for Skyline. So get your game face on and get your Skyline game plan together. Feeling good. It's Skyline time.
This is 700 WLW, the home of the UC Bearcats.
The Bearcats lead the West Virginia Mountaineers 10-5. We've played 4.5 minutes, and Bearcat basketball is brought to you by your Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky Toyota dealers. Visit buyatoyota.com for all Toyota offers. Toyota, let's go places. There's an interesting person sitting right behind the Cincinnati bench this afternoon. A guy who left the program at the end of last year on very good terms, Jarrett Hensley. He's a native of Kansas. He transferred after last year looking for more playing time. Wound up at Southern Illinois, where he averaged about 5.5 points a game this year, and still on good terms with his former coaches and his teammates. He's in the first row right behind the Bearcat bench.
It's good to see him come out, support his guys, staying focused. Right now, the Bearcats are doing exactly what I said, those 3 things they had to do to win the game. They're holding this team to 25% shooting, 2 of 8. They're winning the battle of the boards 6-4. And so far, the Bearcats have not taken any free throws, but they have been efficient and they have been attacking the basket.
During the timeout, Aziz Bandago had his right hand or wrist checked out by trainer Bob Mangine. Jameel Reynolds has checked into the game, as has Jizzle James. 5:20 left in the half. Here's a drive and a bank shot.
Sweet.
Floated off the glass, off the wrong foot, and in by Simas Lukosius.
ATO, after timeout play by Wes Miller, cashes in.
Bearcats are up by 7, 12-5. The Mountaineers have it. Edwards tried to act his way into a foul call. The officials did not go for it. Now Krisa fires to Wilson, who checked in during the timeout. He'll shoot from 16 feet, and he puts it in.
Yeah, you don't expect that. That little midi from the free throw line.
First bucket for Seth Wilson, who averages 3.5 a game. 12-7, Cincinnati up by 5. Jizzle James dribbling in front of the West Virginia bench. He's going to shoot a 3-point shot, comes up short. Edwards saves the rebound inbounds to a teammate, and West Virginia has the ball. Here's Wilson in the right corner. They pass it back towards center court, and Jesse Edwards. Jameel Reynolds on him. Now Kirk Krisa driving along the 3-point line. Gets it to Wilson. Wilson bounces it down low for Edwards. He'll operate one-on-one against Reynolds, and Jameel gets called for the foul.
Yeah, you can't pick up 2 fouls in short action trying to guard him. You can't let him get that close to the basket. Do your work early. Push him off the block. Make him use 2 dribbles to get to the spot that he originally wants to shoot from.
When West Virginia beat Cincinnati in January, the Mountaineers took 28 free throws. When Cincinnati won on Saturday, it was only 10. 12-7, the Bearcats lead. 14-13 left in the first half. Kobe Johnson has it outside the arc left. Dribbles toward the top of the circle. Now Harris passing to the left point, and Wilson. Shot clock at 4. He drives, shoots a fall away from the baseline. It is no good. And Jizzle James has the rebound. Nice box out by Lukosius. Jizzle dribbles to the right point for Cincinnati. Bearcats up by 5. Skillings driving baseline with a left hand. Reverse layup, and he puts it up and in.
Catch and wipe. If you collapse to the baseline, he kicks it to the top of the key.
14-7 Bearcats. Edwards rolling to the rim. Cincinnati did not stay with him, and he dunks it in with ease.
Jameel Reynolds is looking at John Newman. No, that's your man that rolled to the basket. Slide down.
2 buckets for Jesse Edwards. Cincinnati leads at 14-9. 13:27 left in the half. Skillings outside the arc, 2 steps behind it, right side between the circles for Jizzle James. Jizzle left wide open. He'll shoot a 3 off the back of the iron. No good. And the rebound goes to West Virginia. The Mountaineers trying to beat the Bearcats down the floor. And fortunately for Cincinnati, a pass under the basket for Kobe Johnson went off his hand and out of bounds.
Yeah, I saw back-to-back 3-point shots by Jizzle James. That's not his shot. For him to just, his first 2 shots to be 3-pointers, he likes to use that pick and roll, get into the middle of the paint, shoot the mid-range to get a rhythm.
John Newman's going to come out. Josh Reed checks in. Day Thomas will return. Dan Skillings will take his first break. 13-10 left in the half. Cincinnati leads West Virginia 14-9.
So now you'll have Jizzle coming off the baseline screens along with CMOS. Let's see how this works.
Jizzle's dad is in attendance today here in Kansas City, sitting in the first row behind the Bearcat bench. Day Thomas dribbles into the front court, now moves toward the right side of the floor, passes to Lukosius, fires a straightaway tray. It's an air ball that flies out of bounds.
He's been efficient in that game winner. Opening one against Oklahoma as well.
That's a play that works well. He curls off a screen, comes to the top of the key, and fires a three off a pass. But in this case, it did not hit the rim. Noah Farrakhan checks into the game for West Virginia. He had 12 points at Fifth Third Arena on Saturday. He was West Virginia's only double-digit scorer in that 36-point loss to UC. Kirk Kriisa dribbling out near center court. Day Thomas on him. Now a screen set by Sumnick. They throw it into the corner. Farrakhan has it. Jizzle James defends. A pass to Sumnick, who gives it right back to Farrakhan. Farrakhan on the right wing, up top for Kriisa. Shot clock at 4. He drives, puts up a tough shot. It's no good. And the rebound gets tipped by Reynolds right to Josh Reed. Cincinnati's ball up by 5. 12:23 left in the half. Day Thomas driving to the bucket. Euro step to the rim. His shot missed the rim, but bounced off the backboard where it was dunked in by Reynolds.
That's a pass, Dan. Come on.
Was it? You think it was?
No.
It counts as one, even if it wasn't intentionally one. Cincinnati up 16-9. Here's Seth Wilson. Left-hand drive. Stops. Throws it backward. And West Virginia will reset with 13 seconds to shoot. Kriisa driving right, looks to reverse direction. Good defense by Day Thomas, but a reach-in foul is called on the Bearcat guard.
I'll tell you what, use that hop step to get to the basket, put it up off the glass, he misses it, and over two defenders, Jamil Reynolds catches it and dunks it in. He will tell you that was absolutely a pass.
That takes us to the under 12-minute timeout. It comes with 11:53 remaining in the first half. Cincinnati leads West Virginia 16-9. And you are listening to the Big 12 Conference Tournament presented by R&L Carriers on News Radio 700 WLW.
Let Montgomery Inn take care of dinner tonight. Try their new family packs complete with world-famous baby back ribs, sweet and tangy barbecue sauce, delicious quarter chickens, mouth-watering Saratoga chips, and your choice of a refreshing salad or coleslaw, plus a whole pie for dessert.
Boy, that sounds like the ultimate family feast that you can enjoy in the comfort of your own home. Montgomery Inn family packs are now available for pickup and delivery. Visit MontgomeryInn.com to start your order.
With a constantly changing landscape of technology, it's important to stay ahead of the game. Have access to the latest technology services by leveraging Encore Technologies for managed services, professional services, and support. Encore provides a range of services including data center, cloud, network, and collaboration solutions, all accessible through our 24/7 service desk and operations center. Encore Technologies can simplify your technology solutions and keep your organization fully operational in any scenario. Visit Encore.tech to find out more.
Family owned and operated, R&L Carriers prides itself on quality customer service. With a nationwide network of service centers, our team works for you and your business, guiding freight across the U.S. and Canada. Speak with a representative to learn more about the company's guaranteed expedited and liftgate services. Our experts will take the time to create a custom shipping solution to fit your individual needs. Connect with us at rlc.com. One call, one carrier. R&L Carriers.
700 WLW.
Well, we are here in Kansas City, Missouri. Cincinnati leading West Virginia 16-9. 8 minutes and 7 seconds into the game. No sign of Travis Kelce in attendance here at the T-Mobile Center. Taylor Swift's concert tour is abroad as we speak. She finished up recently in Paris. It's on to Stockholm, Sweden next. So it would appear that Travis Kelce has other places to be other than Kansas City this afternoon.
That's the only pass you can give him. You know, it's like now that he's this famous, like he was famous as Travis Kelce, the football player. But now he's Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift's boyfriend. That's different. The Swifties. We were talking about him last night at one of the sports pubs we went to, and the bartenders described herself as a Swiftie. So they're all over the place. Now we have a demand on his time. If he's not doing Bearcat stuff, we're upset. unless he's doing Swifty stuff.
And for those who have not heard, Travis and Jason Kelsey will be coming to Cincinnati on April 11th. That is 2 days before the UC football spring game. They will be recording an episode of their podcast on the field at Nippert Stadium. It's going to be awesome. Again, that is April 11th. It's a Thursday, 2 days before the UC football spring game. West Virginia will have the ball coming out of the timeout. Cincinnati leading 16-9. The foul called on Day Thomas before the timeout was his first. Mountaineers have it in the front court. Farrakhan standing on the Big 12 logo at center court. Bounces it for Slazinski just inside the three-point line. Now top of the circle, it's Sumnick. Waits for Wilson to curl off a screen. Wilson stops at the right elbow and throws it backward for Slazinski. 1 second to shoot. Running shot, no good. And the rebound gets knocked out of bounds by Sumnick.
Great defense by the Bearcats. Seamoss on the trail technique. Made him shoot a running floater. And Aziz got the ball knocked out of his hands on the rebound.
West Virginia 4 for 13 thus far. That is 31%. Well below that T-Nell hold them under 40 key to the game. 11:20 left in the half. Cincinnati up by 7. Josh Reed a step outside the arc in front of the West Virginia bench. Triple handoff for Jizzle James. Now Day Thomas pump fakes. Gets his defender in the air. Drives to the hoop. Misses the shot. Nice bat out by Aziz Bandego. Lukosius for 3. In and out. No good.
Good offense.
Rebounded by West Virginia. The Mountaineers push the pace. Slazinski in the front court. Gives it up for Seth Wilson. Wilson stops. Throws it top of the key for Sumnick. Now Farrakhan comes out and grabs the ball. Here's Raekwon Battle. Guarded by Reed. Pumps fakes from 28 feet. Drives to the free throw line. Step back 2-point jumper. No good. And the rebound's snatched at rim level by Aziz Bandego. Here's Reed for 3. Air ball. He floated it over the rim. Rebounded by Farrakhan in West Virginia. Cincinnati up by 7. Slazinski driving on Lukosius. Looks for a backdoor cut. Now Battle. 3-point shot from the corner. And he puts it in.
They call it a 2. His foot was on the line.
So the Bearcats lead it 16-11. 10-13 left in the half. They'll probably review that to be sure. Reed to the right wing and Lukosius. Seamoss dribbling against Slazinski. Lost control of the ball. Stolen by Battle. West Virginia runs. Battle collides with Reed and gets called for traveling.
That's a good job by Reed. He ran back to the paint, got his hands up in the air. Principle of verticality. He tried to use his body in order to get the foul, and he just kept backing up, and he tripped himself.
Dan Skillings will return for Cincinnati. Lukosius heads to the bench. John Newman also back into the game, and Josh Reed will take a seat.
Josh was hitting his leg, not because of the defense or coming out, because he airballed the 3.
9:56 left in the half. 16-11, Cincinnati on top by 5. Jizzle James dribbles past center court. Creasa on him. Here's Bandego near the top of the key. Couple of lefty dribbles. Stops at the left elbow. Hands it off for Jizzle James. Jizzle floats it under the hoop. Bandego in traffic got fouled as he went up and tried to dunk.
I think what Jizzle is such a good passer in that situation where he almost shoots it like a floater, jumps off one leg and thrusts it up at the rim for Aziz Bandego for the lob dunk. They're going to call it a 2-shot foul in the act.
One thing I like about Jizzle, when he throws alley-oops, he just throws it toward the rim.
That's right.
And counts on Bandego to go up as opposed to like the top of the backboard, as we've seen in some instances. First foul shot put up and in by Bandego. 3 points for Aziz. The Bearcats lead at 17-11. 9:40 left in the half. One dribble by Bandego, does the deep knee bend, puts up the shot. This one is short, rebounded by Battle of the Mountaineers. Cincinnati up by 6. Farrakhan dribbles past center court. Slazinski catches outside the arc left. Wipes the ball in front of Skillings. Now it's Battle. Step back 3 over Newman, and he puts it in.
And he pointed at Newman, and the official had something to say.
17-14 Cincinnati. Newman for 3. It's no good. Rebound gets tipped to Bandego under the hoop. Reverse layup is good with his back to the bucket, and he draws a foul as well.
Oh, the George Mikan drill where you do left-hand, right-hand layups, reverse layups to make sure that that ball goes and it doesn't come below your numbers on your chest. He caught that ball, got hit, did a reverse spin on it, got the and one.
Sumnick called for the foul, and Bandego goes to the line looking for a three-point play that would push the lead back to 6. Aziz puts up the foul shot. It is short and rebounded by Battle. 19-14 Cincinnati. Big man Cook at 6'10" is checked into the game for West Virginia. He did not play at Fifth Third Arena on Saturday. Farrakhan into the corner. Krisa fakes a three, fires it under the basket. Cook missed the shot but got fouled by the Bearcats.
John Newman on the scramble because nobody picked up the corner. So Aziz Bandego went out there on Krisa, made him pump fake, put the ball down, and then all of a sudden he found under the basket a Cook. And Newman come over on to help defense and fouls.
First foul on John Newman. Cincinnati's been called for 4 as a team. West Virginia's been called for 5. We have 8:53 left in the half. Cook puts up the first foul shot, and he puts it in.
Daddy loved the name so much, he named him twice.
Like George Foreman naming all of his sons George.
But at least they have a different last name.
Yes, they do.
You know, Foreman. A Cook.
Second foul shot is good. Cincinnati leads by 3, 19-16. 8:53 left in the half. Skillings inbounds in the backcourt for Jizzle James, and the Bearcat freshman will dribble into the front court. Farrakhan on him defensively. Day Thomas way outside the arc left, dribbles toward the top of the circle, stops near the free throw line. Now Jizzle for 3, shot way off the mark. Yeah. Rebounded by Krisa, long lead feed. Slazinski steps into a 3 and ties the game.
Just like that, no transition defense, flat shot. They weren't back in transition defensively, and we're all knotted up.
Jizzle James typically doesn't attempt to punch. To 3-point shots. He's taken 3. None of them have been close today. And we've got a tie game and a timeout with 8:32 left in the half. $19-all is the score. Just a 30-second timeout. And the Bearcats have seen a 7-point lead slip away.
Well, one of those guards are probably going to come out of the game, most likely Jizzle, and they'll get Skillings, Newman, and Simas Precocious, your original starters, back in the game.
West Virginia's made 3 shots in a row. And we are tied up at 19 with 8:31 left in the half. Day Thomas dribbles the ball into the front court. Krisa on him defensively. Here's Newman between the circles. Dribbles to the left wing. Now Lukosius outside the arc. Back to Newman. John thought about a 3. Instead feeds it back to Simas. 13 to shoot. Lukosius driving on a Cook. Now Day Thomas takes a step before dribbling and gets called for a travel.
There's no need. Be quick but never in a hurry.
As John Wooden famously said, Kirk Krisa will dribble the ball up the floor for the Mountaineers. They led briefly 3-2, have not led since, but they could pull ahead here. Slazinski, defended by Lukosius on the 3-point line, throws an alley-oop. It's dunked in by Raekwon Battle.
Yeah, John Newman thinking he was going to pop up to the top of the key. Backdoor cuts for a lob.
A 7-0 run for the Mountaineers. They've taken a 2-point lead, 21-19. Here's Skillings on the right wing, close to the sideline. Turns to face his defender. Dribbles a couple of times. Now Lukosius in the right corner. Back up top for Skillings. Not much movement right now for the Bearcats offensively. Skillings drives toward the free throw line. Passes for Newman. 6 left to shoot. John driving to the bucket. Stops on the low block. Throws it out to Skillings. 2 seconds to shoot. Fires up a 3-point shot. With a sidestep, it is no good. Rebounded by West Virginia. Slazinski to Farrakhan between the circles. The Mountaineers are up by 2. 7:14 left in the half. Krisa out to center court. Now it's Slazinski. Right back to Krisa on the center court stripe. Begins dribbling toward the left point. Picked up by Lukosius on a switch. Here's Slazinski, guarded by the smaller Day Thomas. He's near the free throw line with 4 to shoot. Farrakhan has it. Good defense by Newman. 2 to shoot. Farrakhan off balance 3. Air ball rebounded by Skillings. It'll be a 30-second violation for West Virginia, and it takes us to immediate timeout. We have 6:51 left in the half. The Mountaineers lead the Bearcats 21-19. You're listening to the Big 12 Tournament presented by R&L Carriers on News Radio 700 WLW.
Hi, this is Trevor Jones with Robert Jones Plumbing, the world's friendliest plumbers. No job is too big or too small, whether it's a remodel, water leaking, or drains backed up. Give us a call at 513-353-2230. That's Robert Jones Plumbing, 513-353-2230.
Success is often determined by how well you plan and prepare for life's biggest moments. It's the confidence that comes from knowing you and your loved ones are protected for generations. You can rest assured knowing you've made the right choice, placing your trust in Western and Southern. From life insurance to retirement and investments, Western and Southern helps provide the peace of mind you need so you can be in the moment with the ones you love. Visit westernsouthern.com/rest assured to get started today.
There are lots of ways to make Skyline part of your game plan. You can pregame with friends in 5 ways at your favorite Skyline, or carry out conies to crush during the game. And Skyline is the only place for post-game Cholitos and chili cheese fries. Football, basketball, baseball, or soccer. High school, college, or pro. Doesn't matter. Game time is always a good time for Skyline. So get your game face on and get your Skyline game plan together. Feeling good? It's Skyline time.
When employers like 700 WLW and the University of Cincinnati choose Delta Dental of Ohio, employees access the nation's largest selection of individually contracted dentists, and they get the care they need from the dentist they prefer. Delta Dental, a proud partner of UC Athletics.
It's the Reds and White Sox tonight at 8:35 on 700 WLW and 700 WLW's live stream on the free iHeartRadio app.
The Bearcats are down by 2 with 6:51 left in the first half. It is 21-19 in favor of West Virginia. The Bearcats made their first 3 shots today. At one point, they were 6 for 11. That's better than 50%. Since then, they've gone 2 for 11. And the culprit has been abysmal three-point shooting. They've missed their last 9.
2 of 13. Come on, that is... What's worse than abysmal?
Atrocious?
Oh, there you go. I like that one. I like that one better. And the number, the 40 that I said, below 40, they're giving up 42%. But it's just transition defense is how they're communicating. West Virginia's doing a better job on their pick and rolls. And they're getting hot early on. And I understand it, but you got to be able to douse some water on these hot shooters. And you do that by getting back to your man. You show, you get back. But offensively, you have to take better shots. Bad shots are just like turnovers. You shoot bad shots, they get out in transition, and they make threes. If you don't shoot bad shots, you give yourself a chance to get back in transition and guard the guys.
Cincinnati hasn't scored in about 2.5 minutes. The Mountaineers on a 7-0 run. And as a result, WVU leads it 21-19. Jamil Reynolds will check in during the timeout for Cincinnati. Aziz Bandego has 7 rebounds already. Will head to the bench. West Virginia has been playing much better with Jesse Edwards on the bench.
And that's why they left him in the bench the first half of the game 4 days ago.
Day Thomas jogs it into the front court. Passes for Reynolds near the top of the key. Jamil hands it off for Dan Skillings. Skillings at the free throw line, lobs it down low. Caught in traffic by Reynolds, gets it out to Day Thomas, and he strokes home a 3-point bucket.
How about Day Thomas? 2 of 3 now from downtown.
He's got 8 points in the first half. That ends the streak of 9 straight missed threes, and the Bearcats lead it 22-21. Slazinski in the front court. Underhand shovel for Kerr. Gets it back to Slazinski. Drives into the paint and draws a foul from Jamil Reynolds.
He's got to slide his feet. Caught him on the pump fake. Now there's 2 fouls on Jamil Reynolds. Now what do? The coach is going to play him a little bit longer. But he's got to be mindful. He doesn't want to rack up cheap fouls.
Team fouls even at 5 apiece, and 2 foul shots coming for an 80% free throw shooter, Quinn Slazinski. Number 1 is good to tie the game at 22. He had 15 points in the first game against Cincinnati, only 7 in the second game on Saturday. For the lead, second foul shot good. The Mountaineers back in front, 23-22. 6:13 left in the half. Day Thomas slowly dribbles past center court with 6:07 left in the half. Lukosius outside the arc left, dribbles to the top of the circle, one-hand pass for Skillings. Dan near the free throw line, and he got bumped by Kobe Johnson, who picks up foul number 6 for West Virginia.
Just keep attacking, keep chipping away, and get to the free throw line.
Josiah Harris, 6'7", 215, returns for West Virginia. And Jesse Edwards at 6'11" comes back in. A cook, and Quinn Slazinski exit. Cincinnati has the ball down by 1. 5:58 left in the half. Lukosius near the top of the circle, floats it under the basket. Bad pass intercepted by West Virginia. Raekwon Battle swerving into the front court. Throws it out towards center court in Kobe Johnson. West Virginia spreads out offensively. Edwards sets a screen. Kobe Johnson feeds it to Battle. Three-point shot. No good. Long rebound. Chased down by Dan Skillings in front of the Cincinnati bench. He'll dribble up the floor for UC. Skillings driving toward the low block. Now throws it up top for Day Thomas. Day hesitation dribble. Crossover dribble. Two-point jump shot in.
In his bag today. Being aggressive offensively.
10-point first half for Day, and the Bearcats are back in front, 24-23. Kerr Kriisa lobs it under the hoop, leaping catch by Edwards, and another foul called on Jameel Reynolds. Nope, they call it on Dan Skillings.
Yeah, that helps Jameel out.
First personal on Dan, 6th team foul on Cincinnati, and it'll not be a shooting foul. Bandego coming back in, Reynolds will head to the bench. And the Bearcats have their starting 5 back on the floor. Well, not for very long. Jizzle James will come back in. And Simas Lukosius will exit.
So between Simas's bad passes and Jizzle James' bad shooting, one out for another.
Kriisa inbounds in the corner for Battle. Quick trigger 3, and he puts it in. One thing Raekwon Battle is not going to do very often is pass.
That's right.
He averages an assist every 46 minutes. But he can score. He's got 10 points in the first half. West Virginia in front, 25-24. Day Thomas for 3. He makes another one. His third of the first half. He's got 13 points, and the Bearcats are up by 2.
Right back at you. Ain't cheating. Get your money back.
Day Thomas, a 20% three-point shooter in Big 12 play. Now Kerr Kriisa cuts back door, gets behind Day Thomas, catches a bounce pass, and lays it in.
Day has been tracking him, trying to anticipate that handoff to try to punch it out of there.
27-all is the score, 4:18 left in the half. Day Thomas thought about another three-point attempt, didn't shoot it. Jizzle James has it. He's near the free throw line. Two-point jumper, and he makes it.
Much easier when he's in a flow, going to his left, pulling up at the free throw line area.
29-27, Cincinnati, 4 minutes left in the first half. Kobe Johnson to Jesse Edwards between the circles. Big man hands it off for Kobe Johnson. Throws an alley-oop. Edwards misses the dunk, but got fouled by John Newman.
Quarters and washers coming off the top where that camera is up top. Second foul on Newman. But when he pulled on that rim, stuff was falling down, which can be a hazard. Now you don't know. You have to bring the ladder out here to see if that thing is going to fall.
2 officials are staring up at the TV camera that is mounted above the rim, making sure that it's still safely affixed. And it may result in a delay of play. In any case, we've reached the under 4-minute media timeout. 3:53 remaining in the half. Cincinnati nursing a 2-point lead, 29-27. And you're listening to the Big 12 Tournament presented by R&L Carriers on News Radio 700 WLW.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota, like the family-size Highlander. Now through April 1st, get a new 24 Highlander with 4.75 APR financing, or 5.75 on an electrified Highlander hybrid, or get up to $1,000 APR cash on the new Grand Highlander, depending on model, when financed with approved credit through TFS. Plus, you get 2 years no-cost maintenance. Get details at Toyota.com. Ready, set, go get your Toyota today. Toyota, let's go places.
With a constantly changing landscape of technology, it's important to stay ahead of the game. Have access to the latest technology services by leveraging Encore Technologies for managed services, professional services, and support. Encore provides a range of services including data center, cloud, network, and collaboration solutions, all accessible through our 24/7 service desk and operations center. Encore Technologies can simplify your technology solutions and keep your organization fully operational in any scenario. Visit Encore.tech to find out more.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese.
Lunch is ready.
He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe in a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
Find an agent at shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
You're listening to News Radio 700 WLW.
Dan and Terry back in Kansas City. Don Free is our courtside engineer. Austin Elmore running the show from our studios in Kenwood. And the Bearcats on top of West Virginia, 29-27, 3:53 left in the half. The officials kept staring up at that camera mounted above the backboard, but never called on anybody to come out and check on it. So it looks like action will continue. I imagine once we hit the half, they might climb that ladder again and make sure everything's okay.
That's correct, but the baseline official is the one who's going to be a little nervous. He's the one running back and forth on the baseline. The other two officials are out of the play. If that thing falls down and hits a player, you know the kind of problems that we'll have here? Even if it doesn't hit a player, if it falls, just the optics of it when they had a chance to stop play and get that thing fixed.
Josh Reed back into the game during the timeout for UC, as is Simas Lukosius. The Bearcats also have Bandego, Skillings, and James on the floor. Jesse Edwards at the free throw line to shoot 2 for West Virginia. He broke his wrist in December, and his free throw shooting went down the tubes after that. First shot here is no good. Before the injury, he made 67%. Since the injury, 43%.
Hacker Edwards?
If need be. Second foul shot, also no good. Rebounded in the middle of the paint by Simas Lukosius. Cincinnati's ball up by 2, 29-27, 3:45 left in the half. Jizzle James dribbling on the center court logo. Waits for Bandego to come out and set a screen. Jizzle guns a pass to Reed for a wide open 3. Missed it. Rebounded on the weak side by Kobe Johnson of the Mountaineers. Dribbles past center court. Guarded by Skillings. Now Kobe Johnson driving to the low block. Throws it up top for Harris. Now Kirk Kriisa comes out and grabs the ball. Here's Raekwon Battle, who has 10 points in the first half. Back to Kriisa with 12 to shoot. Edwards defended by Bandego. He's backing his way into the paint. Over the shoulder pass. Shot from the right corner. Thrown in by Harris.
There's no need for Simas Lukosius to totally leave his man, turn his back to him, and then try to hustle back.
That was a 3-point basket for Harris that gives West Virginia a 1-point lead. Skillings for 3, and he makes it from way downtown.
They've had some get back for every 3 that West Virginia had lately.
Cincinnati leads by 2, 32-30. Skillings with 5 points in the half. Here's Harris, who just made the 3. Just outside the 3-point line, defended tightly by Lukosius. Pitches it backward for Kriisa. Now battle between the circles. Off balance 3. Got it.
Oh, he is feeling it today.
He can really shoot. He's had as many as 32 points in a college game. 33-32, West Virginia up by 1. 2:17 remaining in the half. Jizzle James passes for Bandego inside the 3-point line near the top of the circle. Now Skillings, 2-point jump shot, no good. Rebounded by Harris. West Virginia's ball up by 1, 2:03 left in the half. Kriisa in the front court. Passes in the lane, off the hand of Edwards, intercepted by Skillings. Cincinnati's ball. Lukosius running into the front court. Passes into the corner. 3-point shot by Reed. Wow. Air ball. Rebounded by Bandego. Lost control of the ball. Saves it in off a West Virginia player. It'll be Cincinnati's ball with 1:45 left in the half.
He rode him like he had a saddle on his back all the way to the corner. Pushed him into the West Virginia bench.
Day Thomas is going to check in. Josh Reed, who is 0 for 3 from outside the arc, comes out. 1:45 left in the half. Cincinnati down by a point, 33-32. Lukosius will throw it in from the sideline next to the West Virginia bench. Out towards center court and Day Thomas. Day who's had a big half, dribbling outside the arc left. Waits for a pick from Bandego, drives to the free throw line, puts up a left-handed shot from 15 feet. No good. Rebounded by Skillings, attacks the bucket, and draws a 2-shot foul.
A left-hand shot by Day. It's risky in a tournament situation. You know, he has a career-high 3 threes. He had 3 threes in the previous game not the previous game, but earlier this year versus West Virginia. He was 3 of 8 in that game. But I wouldn't see a left-hand fadeaway shot in the paint. Is not what I want from him.
Skillings comes up way short on his first foul shot, and the Bearcats are still down by 1:32 left in the half. That last foul was on Battle, his second, and he's going to come out of the game with 1:32 left in the half. If Cincinnati could circle somebody to come out, right, he would be it with 13 points in the first half. Skilling's second foul shot is up. He makes it, and we're tied at 33. 1:32 left in the half. 6 in the first half for Skillings. Reed back in for defense. Jizzle James will come out. 92 seconds left in the half. Kobe Johnson begins dribbling up the floor. Goes by Skillings on the dribble. Now they try to trap him at center court. Gets it to Slazinski. Open 3 from the left corner, and it is good.
He decides to leave him open in the corner.
3 threes in the first half for Quinn Slazinski. West Virginia is a team making 60% from outside the arc and leading by 3. Day Thomas has it for Cincinnati. Throws an alley-oop. Tip no good by Bandego. Thought he was fouled. No whistle. West Virginia's ball. Slazinski with 58 seconds left in the half. Passes to center court and Kirk Kriisa. Simas Lukosius on him. Kriisa motions for somebody to set a screen. Edwards does. Now they pass it to the right side, and Harris runs, puts up a shot. It's no good. One-hand rebound. Day Thomas dribbles the other way. Throws it ahead for Skillings. Had the ball knocked away by Kirk Kriisa. And West Virginia has the ball with 33 seconds left in the half. The Mountaineers have a 3-point lead, and their interim head coach, Josh Eilert, calls a timeout. 30 seconds left in the half. 23 seconds left on the shot clock.
And Wes Miller's explaining to the official, when we throw a lob play, they're bumping into our big that's going for the lob, and you're not calling it. And the official's just looking at him like he's speaking a foreign language.
30-second timeout, allowing Josh Eilert to draw up a play. Bearcats led by 7 early, but they're down by 3. One team making its 3-point shots, West Virginia at 60%, the other missing. The Bearcats at 27.8%.
Well, you do a half-court trap, and all of the defenders for the Bearcats, other than the 2 trappers, you're supposed to have 2 trappers, 2 anticipators, and 1 protector. Well, all the other 3 were sitting in the paint. They throw the ball to the corner, and there was nobody there. Aziz Bango tried to track out from the middle of the paint to block the shot. That shot goes in, but bad shots, air balls, and the like are just costing the Bearcats.
West Virginia inbounds. We have 28 seconds left in the half. Again, a 7-second difference between the clocks. Kriisa dribbling way outside the 3-point line. Driving on Day Thomas. Throws it under the rim, or above the rim, rather. It's dunked in by Edwards, and he's fouled by Bandego. That was extremely well done out of the timeout by West Virginia.
Yes, it was. And now you're seeing what it feels like to not get calls for the Bearcats. It seemed like every call went their way 4 days ago. How will they respond now?
Foul on Bandego, his second, so he has 2. Reynolds has 2. Edwards at the line to try for the 3-point play. His foul shot is up, and he misses again. Rebound goes to Skillings, winning a battle with Josiah Harris. Cincinnati can play for the final shot. 10 seconds left in the half. The Cats down by 5 against West Virginia. 5 seconds left in the half. Thomas driving toward the right wing. Picked up on a switch. Shoots a 3-point shot. Makes makes it as the buzzer sounds. Day Thomas with 4 threes in the first half, his season high, and allows Cincinnati to go to the locker room down by 2.
The Bearcats are 5-7 when trailing at the half, 9-25 under Wes Miller when trailing at the half. They're going to have to tighten some things up, mostly their transition defense. The shots that they're taking, yes, Day is hot, so you want to ride him a little bit, but Josh Reed has airballed 3 threes that he's taken. They have not got good quality looks other than the creativity from Day Thomas knocking down threes, and John Newman is nowhere to be found.
West Virginia made 10 of its last 13 shots in the first half.
Well, you got to get tighter defense. You got to take them away. You have to tell the defense what you want them to do. You can't let the offense dictate what they want to do. Defense determines what you can have. You can have shots over here, but only from these players. And they have to do that. They have to establish identity.
And of that stretch of making 10 of their last 13, 5 of those shots were threes for the West Virginia Mountaineers. As a result, West Virginia, trying to upset Cincinnati today, has a 2-point halftime lead, 38-36. We invite you to stay tuned for the R&L Carriers halftime report. It's presented by R&L Carriers, partner with a family-owned LTL provider at rlc.com. West Virginia by 2 at the half on News Radio 700 WLW.
Do you worry about your basement leaking every time it rains? Well, get it fixed permanently. Hey, Gary Sullivan here. Call EverDry Waterproofing today and stop worrying about your basement and start using it. Call EverDry Waterproofing for a free basement inspection today.
Looking to earn more with your checking account? Kemba has the answer. Get Green Checking pays you up to $45 a month. It's as simple as using your debit card, viewing e-statements, and logging into online or mobile banking. Open your account today and earn up to $45 a month with Kemba. For details and qualifications, visit Kemba.com. That's KEMBA.com. APY equals annual percentage yield. Monthly example based on earning 4% APY on a daily balance of $15,000 throughout a 28-day qualification cycle and meeting all qualifications. Rate subject to change. Insured by NCAA.
Honda drivers, if you want to keep your Honda a Honda, only service your Honda with the experts at your local Honda dealer. They use genuine Honda parts and factory certified technicians to service all Hondas, keeping your Honda a Honda. Don't trust your investment to anyone else. Only service with genuine Honda parts and factory certified technicians to make sure your Honda stays 100% Honda. When you need service for your Honda, search your local Honda dealer.
Take a delicious break with a Donato's cauliflower crust pizza. Create your own or get any signature pizza on cauliflower crust. Now get $3 off any order of $15 or more using promo code PIZZA. Order now at Donatos.com.
News, traffic, and weather. News Radio 700 WLW, Cincinnati.
I'm Sean Gallagher with the UC Halftime Report. 1 week from today is Ohio's primary, and the biggest race on the statewide ballot is the U.S. Senate Republican primary, with State Senator Matt Dolan, businessman Bernie Moreno, and Ohio Secretary of State Frank LaRose vying for the party's nomination and face Democratic incumbent Sherrod Brown in November. On Monday, Governor Mike DeWine announcing his endorsement for Dolan, who also has the backing of former Ohio U.S. Senator Rob Portman. A recent poll showed Moreno leading Dolan by 2 points. Moreno with endorsements from Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost and former President Trump. A House Republican announcing today that he's leaving Congress.
Republican Congressman Ken Buck has decided that he will be leaving the House very soon, in just a matter of days. In fact, next week. This is a sudden move by the congressman. And honestly, we have seen a lot of more moderate Republicans, even more moderate Democrats, people that typically reach across the aisle, make these decisions in the last year to sort of leave Congress altogether.
ABC News' Rachel Scott. Renovations coming ahead of the Cincinnati Open later this year.
The seats at center court at the Lindner Family Tennis Center in Mason are being replaced, and now BMOC Sports and Entertainment announcing a couple of new areas for hospitality. A redesign of the top deck at center court, and over at the grandstand court, new suites. Those new areas to be ready for the 2024 tournament this coming August 11th through the 19th. Additional practice courts also among the improvements. Artist renderings at 700 WLW's X account. I'm Matt Reese.
NFL free agency news, the Bengals trading running back Joe Mixon to the Texans after it was originally reported Monday night that he would be released. With Mixon being dealt, the Bengals signing former Colts running back Zach Moss. And the Bengals today signing former Patriots tight end Mike Gesicki to a one-year deal. Your latest forecast, partly cloudy tonight, the low dropping to 43, mostly sunny Wednesday and warm, a high of 72. Mostly cloudy with a chance of showers and storms Thursday, a high of 73. Showers and storms Thursday night continuing into Friday. With the UC Halftime Report, I'm Sean Gallagher.
UC teams and traditions are legendary. Our team at Strategic Wealth Designers are proud to be a partner of Bearcat Athletics. What an honor to be working together. When you're ready to discuss your financial future, call the team the Bearcats trust. We look forward to creating your winning strategy for retirement. Visit us at swdgroup.com today. And go Bearcats!
Looking to earn more with your checking account? Kemba has the answer. Get Green Checking pays you up to $45 a month. It's as simple as using your debit card, viewing e-statements, and logging into online or mobile banking. Open your account today and earn up to $45 a month with Kemba. For details and qualifications, visit Kemba.com. That's KEMBA.com. APY equals annual percentage yield. Monthly example based on earning 4% APY on a daily balance of $15,000 throughout a 28-day qualification cycle and meeting all qualifications. Rate subject to change. Insured by NCAA.
Take a delicious break with a Donato's cauliflower crust pizza. Create your own or get any signature pizza on cauliflower crust. Now get $3 off any order of $15 or more using promo code PIZZA. Order now at Donatos.com.
Now you can terminate your loan or lease early regardless of make or model with the Loan and Lease Termination Program at Kelsey Chevrolet. Escape excessive mileage and remaining payments and get a new Chevrolet for as little as $0 down. Together, let's drive at kelseychev.com.
For three, he switches it.
This is the R&L Carriers Halftime Report, brought to you in part by R&L Carriers, partner with a family-owned LTL provider at rlc.com. This is UC Basketball from Learfield.
It is halftime here in Kansas City, Missouri, and the UC Bearcats trail the West Virginia Mountaineers by a basket 38-36. Let's take a look at the college basketball scoreboard. Earlier today here in the Big 12 tournament, UCF won the opening game of this event, defeating Oklahoma State 77-62. The Knights will take on BYU tomorrow in round 2. In the ACC, Notre Dame has a 5-point lead over Georgia Tech, 74-69, 7 minutes left in that game. In the A-10 today, Fordham defeated Davidson in overtime, 71-63. And right now, George Washington and LaSalle are tied at 36 with 11 minutes and 25 seconds to go. 5 automatic bids to the NCAA tournament will be determined later tonight. In the Coastal Athletic Association, it'll be Stony Brook versus Charleston. Pat Kelsey's team, 26-7. That's Charleston so far this season. In the Horizon, it'll be Milwaukee versus Oakland. In the Northeast, Wagner versus Merrimack. In the West Coast Conference, both of these teams will go to the NCAA tournament regardless of what happens tonight. It's number 17 Gonzaga against number 21 St. Mary's. And in the Summit, it is Denver versus South Dakota State for the automatic bid. Again, here in Kansas City, West Virginia leads Cincinnati at the half, 38-36. First half stats when we continue. You're listening to the Big 12 Tournament presented by R&L Carriers on News Radio 700 WLW.
My Skyline order has always been the same. 3 cheese conies, no onion, no mustard. But the other day, a friend got me to try one with everything on it. It was amazing. That little dash of mustard and the snap of those diced onions just blew me away. I didn't know what I was missing. From now on, when I go to Skyline, it's 3 cheese conies all the way, with a side of chili cheese fries. How do you like your Skyline conies? Feeling good. It's Skyline time.
Hi, this is Trevor Jones with Robert Jones Plumbing, the world's friendliest plumbers. No job is too big or too small, whether it's a remodel, water leaking, or drains backed up. Give us a call at 513-353-2230. That's Robert Jones Plumbing, 513-353-2230.
Now you can terminate your loan or lease early regardless of make or model with the Loan and Lease Termination Program at Kelsey Chevrolet. Escape excessive mileage and remaining payments and get a new Chevrolet for as little as $0 down. Together, let's drive at kelseychev.com.
Looking to earn more with your checking account? Kemba has the answer. Get Green Checking pays you up to $45 a month. It's as simple as using your debit card, viewing e-statements, and logging into online or mobile banking. Open your account today and earn up to $45 a month with Kemba. For details and qualifications, visit Kemba.com. That's KEMBA.com. APY equals annual percentage yield. Monthly example based on earning 4% APY on a daily balance of $15,000 throughout a 28-day qualification cycle and meeting all qualifications. Rate subject to change. Insured by NCAA.
700 WLW.
West Virginia up by 2 at the half, 38-36. Let's take a look at some first half stats brought to you by Skyline Chili, the official chili of Bearcat basketball. Feeling good. It's Skyline time. West Virginia shot 52%, 51.9 to be exact in the first half. Cincinnati 42%. Big difference, three-point shooting, 60% for the Mountaineers, 31.6 for the Bearcats.
Yeah, we've had some clunkers. You know, we had Day-Day missed two of those. Not Day-Day, but Jizzle missed two of those. Josh Reed airballed 3 of them. We just haven't had the looks that we needed to. Thank God Day-Day Thomas, 4 or 5 from downtown, and that was unexpected.
Day-Day Thomas in Big 12 play this year, 11 out of 55 coming into the game. That is 20%, but he's had a couple of good three-point shooting performances against West Virginia. This, obviously the best, 4 for 5 so far to help the Bearcats hang in there down by 2, 38-36. Bearcats jumped out to a 7-point lead. They were on top 16-9 with about 13:30 left in the half and got outscored 29-20 the rest of the way. Cincinnati has out-rebounded West Virginia 19-16, only one offensive rebound for the Mountaineers thus far. Turnovers are even at 5 apiece. And after crushing West Virginia in points in the paint on Sunday, scoring 48 points in the paint, that stat is even so far today.
Yes, it is. But, Dan, I'm more concerned about the foul trouble. Dan, John Newman has 2. Jamil Reynolds has 2. Aziz Bendago has 2. These are 3 very important pieces of what you do, what you like to put together on this team defensively and offensively down on the block. We have not got a chance to establish ourselves other than the roll to the rim with our bigs. We need to establish Jamil Reynolds down low, and then John Newman must attack offensively, because if he's not being able to stop Battle, then put the pressure back on Battle, who also has 2 fouls. Put the pressure on him to stop him.
A couple of West Virginia players also have 2 fouls, and they are the 2 guys who have done most of the damage for the Mountaineers today. Raekwon Battle, who had 12 points in the first half, 2 for 3 from outside the arc, and Quinn Slazinski, who had 11 points in the first half, including 3 for 4 from outside the arc. Again, the halftime score, 38-36. The Mountaineers lead the Bearcats. You've been listening to the R&L Carriers Halftime Report, presented by R&L Carriers, partner with a family-owned LTL provider at RLC.com. Back with the second half in a moment on 700 WLW.
My Skyline order has always been the same. 3 cheese conies, no onion, no mustard. But the other day, a friend got me to try one with everything on it. It was amazing. That little dash of mustard and the snap of those diced onions just blew me away. I didn't know what I was missing. From now on, when I go to Skyline, it's 3 cheese conies all the way, with a side of chili cheese fries. How do you like your Skyline conies? Feeling good. It's Skyline time.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese.
Lunch is ready.
He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe in a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
Find an agent at shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Family owned and operated, R&L Carriers prides itself on quality customer service. With a nationwide network of service centers, our team works for you and your business, guiding freight across the U.S. and Canada. Speak with a representative to learn more about the company's guaranteed expedited and liftgate services. Our experts will take the time to create a custom shipping solution to fit your individual needs. Connect with us at rlc.com. One call, one carrier. R&L Carriers.
News Radio 700 WLW.
Well, the Bearcats were favored by 9.5 today. They're down by 2 at the half to West Virginia, 38-36. These two teams have had very different seasons. When Cincinnati has lost in the Big 12, the games, by and large, were nail-biters. They've got 8 losses by 5 or fewer points. Their average margin of defeat in 11 league losses, just 5.8. West Virginia, on the other hand, they've got 14 league losses, and 11 out of 14 were by double digits. The average margin of the 14 West Virginia losses, 16.2 points, including 36-point losses to Cincinnati and Texas and a 34-point loss to Houston. But if you allow them to hang in there, they can pull off the upset. They've got wins over Kansas and Texas and Cincinnati and UCF, and the Mountaineers are hanging in there today.
Yeah, they're not, as you mentioned, devoid of talent. They have it. They just haven't put it all together. And when I talked to Jamar Johnson, he said there's been a lot of selfish play. And so guys are trying to get numbers, they're trying to get their value up for NIL or whatever the case may be. They got to lock in. And the Bearcats also have to lock in. The Bearcats are just giving up too much in transition. They're not matching up in the half court. They started out great, but then they start taking bad shots, and those bad shots accumulate over and over and over. Next thing you know, you've been up and down the floor 5 or 6 times, and you haven't made a basket.
Following Saturday's 36-point Bearcat blowout, West Virginia's interim head coach, Josh Eilert, said the following: if we don't have a bad taste in our mouth and don't compete at the highest level in the rematch, then we have to look in the mirror and figure out if you really want to play the game of basketball. So his team has responded to that, playing harder and playing better today. And as a result, West Virginia very much in the game, on top by 2 at the half.
He might only be an interim, but he's starting to learn the mind game. You got to talk to your guys through the media and really challenge them mentally to say, do you really want this?
Now, Saturday's game was close at the half. Cincinnati led by 7. And then in the second half, it was 56-27 in favor of the Bearcats. So we'll see if they can dominate the final 20 minutes today. It's going to be West Virginia's ball to begin the second half. Cincinnati won the opening tap, and there were no tie-ups in the first half. Quinn Slazinski made 3 threes in the first half, and he will inbound the ball to Kirk Kriisa to get the second half underway. Cincinnati has its starting 5 on the floor, including 2 players with 2 fouls, Newman and Bandego. Slazinski and Battle have 2 fouls for the Mountaineers, and the second half is underway here in Kansas City. Kirk Kriisa has it in the front court, just past center court, guarded tightly by Day Thomas, dribbles toward the right point, floats it into the corner for Kobe Johnson, passes up top for Battle. Battle isolated against Skillings, over the shoulder pass into the corner, Kriisa for 3, count it.
Kept it high, almost like D'Angelo Russell. Threw it high, kept it high, shot it high.
West Virginia is 7 for 11 from outside the arc. Lukosius for 3, and he answers
right back
for Cincinnati. 41-39, West Virginia by 2 as each team opens the second half with a 3-point bucket. And now Cincinnati fouls a 3-point shooter. Kirk Kriisa about to launch a quick 3, and Day Thomas collided for the foul.
Yeah, Day ran into the screen, did a 360 turn because Kriisa pulled up for the jump shot, and as he went to block it, he turned and boxed him out in the air.
Kirk Kriisa, a 76% free throw shooter. His first one is up. It is good. West Virginia leads by 3. The Bearcats did that 4 times in a stretch of less than 5 minutes. On the road in their last regular season road game at Oklahoma. Second free throw up and in for Kriisa. They can do it once today. They better not do it again. Crease's third foul shot. He makes all 3. Oklahoma made all 12 under those circumstances. West Virginia has its biggest lead, 44-39. Day Thomas dribbles past center court, hands it off for Newman. Now Thomas in front of the Bearcat bench, dribbling near the top of the circle. Lukosius catches, floats it down low for Bandego, and Edwards goes over his back and gets called for a foul.
It's a good job trying to go to him, whether he gets the basket or not. Picked up another foul.
Second on Jesse Edwards. Cincinnati will throw it in from the baseline. Lukosius handed the ball, passes into the corner for Skillings. Now Day Thomas inside the three-point line, up top for Newman. John driving into the lane, gets tied up by Creasa. Cincinnati will get the ball. John Newman has not played well today.
No, but he does that a lot. He dribbles right into the teeth of the defense instead of stopping a dribble before and kicking it to the corner.
That does not reset the shot clock, so the Bearcats have 12 seconds to shoot. Lukosius lobs it in. Newman toes on the three-point line. Passes for Skillings. 7 to shoot. Dan driving to the basket. Shot no good. Bandego got a rebound and had his shot blocked by the much shorter Raekwon Battle. Here's an alley-oop for Edwards. Catches under the hoop. Bank shot good. West Virginia by 7. 46-39. Lukosius for 3. Missed it. Offensive rebound. Knocked out of bounds by Bandego, and he gets called for a foul. His third.
So now we're in danger. He's giving the thumb up like, I'm okay. Wes Miller is looking like, okay, no, we got to get him out of here. What are we doing?
Reynolds will check in. Bandego will come out. West Virginia has gone from 7 down to 7 ahead with 18:34 to go.
In his danger zone because we don't have depth now at the big man position.
Kerr dribbles into the front court, passes for Raekwon Battle. Hands it off for Slazinski. To the top of the circle, and Edwards holds it over his head and gives it up for Kerr. Kerr Creasa, alley-oop, and another foul called on Cincinnati. Reynolds collided with Edwards. That's number 3 on Jamil.
The Bearcats got to go into a zone. That's the reason that you need a 2-3 zone to limit the movement of the big man around the middle so he's not dominating you. You don't go zone, now you go man-to-man, and you're just getting in more foul trouble.
Here's Kerr Creasa, fakes a 2-point jumper, passes to Slazinski, gets Lukosius in the air, drives right to the hoop, puts it in. West Virginia by 9, and Slazinski sticks out his tongue after that basket, makes it 48-39. So Slazinski up to 13 points in the game. Here's Reynolds, mid-post area against Edwards, shoots a lefty fall away that's no good, and the ball gets knocked out of bounds by West Virginia.
I just don't like that. Like, get to the middle, turn around, shoot over your left shoulder, put that right-hand hook off the glass.
Second half score 10-3, West Virginia. Lukosius will throw it in from the baseline, 20 on the shot clock for Cincinnati. Into the corner for Day Thomas. Kerr Creasa trying to swat it away. Now Lukosius between the circles. Passes for Newman. He'll shoot a 3. Banks it in. Cincinnati gets lucky, and the Bearcats trail 48-42.
We're not in fifth third, but online banking still works, Dan.
That's the first basket of the game for John Newman. Here's Edwards backing down Reynolds. The ball was knocked out of bounds by a help defender, Newman. And West Virginia will throw it in from the baseline.
Yeah, they're going to have to start double teaming every time that Jesse Edwards catches the ball.
48-42, Mountaineers. Creasa will inbound for West Virginia. Into the corner. Battle drives by Skillings, shoots over Reynolds and scores.
Just caught it, wiped it, went right by Dan Skillings.
50-42. West Virginia up by 8. 17-17 to go. Day Thomas dribbling past the center court stripe. Reynolds sets a screen. Day driving toward the bucket. His running floater, no good. Rebound tip toward the corner. And it goes out of, no, it's saved inbounds by West Virginia, but right to Cincinnati. Bearcats have the ball. Day Thomas thinking about a 3. He shoots it.
Way off.
Air ball rebounded by West Virginia. 50-42, Mountaineers. West Virginia dominating the second half. Creasa has it in the front court. Edwards sets a screen. Now it's thrown under the basket for Edwards. Lays it up, lays it in.
And they are picking this defense apart of the Bearcats.
Wes Miller calls a timeout. His team trails by 10. We'll take a break. 16 minutes and 36 seconds to go. West Virginia 52, Cincinnati 42. This is the Big 12 tournament presented by R&L Carriers on News Radio 700 WLW.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota, like the powerful new Tundra 4x4, with the best resale value in its class. Now through April 1st, get APR financing as low as 2.25% on a new 24 Tundra. Up to $1,500 customer cash depending on model. Or you can get a great lease deal with approved credit through TFS. Plus get 2 years no-cost maintenance. Get details at Toyota.com. Ready, set, go get your Toyota today. Toyota, let's go places.
Success is often determined by how well you plan and prepare for life's biggest moments. It's the confidence that comes from knowing you and your loved ones are protected for generations. You can rest assured knowing you've made the right choice, placing your trust in Western and Southern. From life insurance to retirement and investments, Western and Southern helps provide the peace of mind you need so you can be in the moment with the ones you love. Visit westernsouthern.com/rest assured to get started today.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese.
Lunch is ready.
He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe in a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
Find an agent at shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
700 WLW.
Well, for the most part, the Bearcats have been a pretty good defensive team this season, but not today. West Virginia 5 for 5 in the second half, and going back to the first half, the Mountaineers have made 11 of their last 12 shots, and it's not been a high degree of difficulty.
Yeah, you can't win one way in the Big 12. The coaches are too good. The adjustments are made. The players are too good. You have to be able to have multiple looks defensively to throw off, if not for just a couple possessions, just to disrupt the timing of it and maybe get a basket or two out of it to quiet this storm here. But playing man-to-man when your bigs are in foul trouble, both of your bigs have 3 fouls apiece. Victor Larkin's not playing. You're not going to put in anybody else other than those two. So you have to play them through some of this stuff, some of the bad stuff. And then I just don't like it because West Virginia's coming down, they're playing pick and roll, they're throwing down to the block, and they're not getting rotations. Jamil Reynolds is not your defensive player in this lineup. He's an offensive player. So you got to get him going offensively to put the pressure on Jesse Edwards to defend him. If you just have Jamil Reynolds out there just floating around, then you're losing.
Jesse Edwards has taken 5 shots today. He's made all 5. It's my belief they've all been layups and dunks.
Yeah, so Jamil Reynolds, if you have him in the game, don't expect him to come up with great defensive stops. He'll get you rebounds. He may block a shot every once in a while. Only has 8 of those on the season. But other than that, I got to get him going offensively.
Cincinnati has the ball down by 10. 52-42. Jizzle James checked in during the timeout. Skillings catches at the left point. Dribbles toward the middle of the floor outside the arc. Now Lukosius. Passes on the wing. Newman drives to the low block. Offensive foul called on John.
And that's 3 on John Newman. So now we're in serious foul trouble.
3 on Newman, 3 on Bandego, 3 on Reynolds. Kirk Reese will dribble the ball up the floor for the Mountaineers, trying to advance to a round 2 game against Kansas, a team with serious injury problems. The Bearcats go to a 2-3 zone. You were calling for it, Terry.
Yeah.
See if it works. Cincinnati down by 10. Battle into the corner. Slazinski guarded by Newman, playing with 3 fouls. Now Kreisa, touch pass for Kobe Johnson. Johnson back to Kreisa, fakes the 3, passes to Slazinski. 2-point jump shot, missed it. First miss of the second half for West Virginia. The zone worked. Cincinnati with the ball down by 10. Jizzle James outside the arc, defended by Kirk Kreisa. Puts it on the deck with the left hand. Now driving with the right hand, and a foul will be called on Kreisa. And that takes us to the under 16-minute timeout. West Virginia 52, Cincinnati 42. You're listening to the Big 12 tournament presented by R&L Carriers on News Radio 700 WLW.
Hello, folks. It's the Cowboy.
Looking for the perfect venue for your next gathering? Let Montgomery Inn host your next special event. Whether you're planning a dinner party, a business luncheon, or a corporate gathering, let Montgomery Inn make your event extraordinary. They have an array of private dining rooms that offer a unique dining experience with a wide range of group dining accommodations designed to meet your every need and make each event memorable. Visit MontgomeryInn.com to learn more.
Do you worry about your basement leaking every time it rains? Well, get it fixed permanently. Hey, Gary Sullivan here. Call EverDry Waterproofing today and stop worrying about your basement and start using it. Call EverDry Waterproofing for a free basement inspection today.
Hi, this is Trevor Jones with Robert Jones Plumbing, the world's friendliest plumbers. No job is too big or too small, whether it's a remodel, water leaking, or drains backed up. Give us a call at 513-353-2230. That's Robert Jones Plumbing, 513-353-2230.
What does it mean to be boundless? At UC Health, it's going places no one else has gone. Connecting research, clinical trials, care teams, and ongoing wellness, and being the leader at every turn. It's turning anguish into answers, barriers into breakthroughs, reimagining recovery so you can live life to the fullest. Because we are boundless, so are you. Discover more at uchealth.com.
This is 700 WLW, the home of the UC Bearcats.
Bearcats have 4 wins this year where they trailed by 10 or more points. They're going to have to try to make it 5 today. They're down by 10, 52-42 with 15 minutes and 41 seconds to go.
Well, they've proven they can eat deficits away pretty quickly. They changed defense. They got to stop out of it. Will they continue to do it? I hope they do. And they have to be more mindful of how they play the zone up top because they're pulling the guys up by the free throw line area in order to kick it to the corners for deep threes. So we don't want Jamil Reynolds running out there trying to block the shot. Stay home, because if he goes out there, he runs into a guy or they go past him and they bump him and he picks up a 4th foul, it's not worth it. So keep him in the middle. Make sure that they stay flat defensively. Keep those wings out there and keep Newman from getting in foul trouble as well because he's important to this.
In Saturday's game in Cincinnati, West Virginia scored a total of 56 points. The Mountaineers have 52 with more than 15 minutes to go today. It'll be the Bearcats' ball in the front court with 20 on the shot clock coming out of the timeout.
Well, then where are we getting the offense from? Is Seamoss, who he has 8 points. He's got to be aggressive. Jizzle James normally gives you a spurt right about this time of the game between that 15 and 8-minute mark. That 7-minute stretch is normally when he takes off.
Newman will throw it in for Cincinnati. He's handed the ball near the hash mark and throws it in for Jizzle James near center court. Cincinnati down 10, 52-42, 15 and a half minutes to go. Reynolds inside the three-point line. Passes for James outside the arc left. Jizzle, left hand drive inside the three-point line. Dangerous pass. Could have been picked off by Battle. Skillings has it, drives toward the bucket. Impossible shot, no good. Offensive rebound, Reynolds gathers himself, throws it out to Jizzle James. Shot clock reset. Jizzle drives and has the ball taken away by Kirk Risa. West Virginia has the ball up by 10 with 15:05 to go. Kobe Johnson licking his fingertips as he dribbles near the center court stripe. Skillings defends. Johnson outside the arc left, hands it off for Krisa. Jizzle James on him. Krisa driving, stops. Now it's Slazinski, right back to Krisa with 6 to shoot. He's way outside the arc. Krisa, off balance three, hits the backboard, not the rim, rebounded by Reynolds. Good defense by Cincinnati there. Jizzle James driving toward the basket. Obvious foul on West Virginia.
And that's what Jizzle does. He comes in transition, and he's always looking for the quick transition bucket. That's what makes him good in transition. It's the half court that he's been struggling with.
Raekwon Battle called for his third foul. 3 subs are going to check in for West Virginia. They haven't changed personnel in the second half in about 5.5 minutes. James puts up the first free throw and Jizzle makes it. He has 3 points in the game. A Cook comes in. Josiah Harris checks in, as does Seth Wilson. Jesse Edwards, Raekwon Battle, and Quinn Slazinski come out. See if the Bearcats can capitalize on this substitution. Day Thomas back in, and John Newman will exit for Cincinnati. Bearcats trail by 9. Jizzle James has another foul shot coming. 4 hard dribbles. Now the foul shot. It is good. Jizzle makes them both. Cincinnati trails 52-44. Kobe Johnson dribbles into the front court, goes by Skillings, passes for a cook at the top of the circle. Backward handoff for Kobe Johnson. Johnson crossover dribble, tries to spin by Skillings, floats it off the glass and in.
Why did they come out of the zone?
West Virginia back up by 10. Here's Jizzle James outside the arc. He's going to shoot a three-point shot. It is around the rim, no good. And the ball goes out of bounds off West Virginia. Jizzle is 0 for 4 on his three-point attempts today. 14:04 left, West Virginia by 10. That's been the Mountaineers' biggest lead. Cincinnati getting organized. 4 players near the free throw line as Jizzle James gets ready to throw it in. Jizzle inbounds into the corner for Day Thomas, gets double teamed, throws it to Skillings, three-point shot, no good. Rebounded by Harris. Bearcats are 8 for 24 from outside the arc. Make that 8 for 25, 32%. West Virginia 7 for 12. Mountaineers up by 10. Seth Wilson driving to the free throw line, drives to the hoop, lays it up and in over Jizzle James.
Yep, and Jamil Reynolds, who's scared to block the shot. Not that he would go for the block, but he has 3 fouls.
Biggest lead for West Virginia, 56-44. Cincinnati's defense has not been good today.
Let them down.
Day Thomas dribbling outside the arc. He's going to shoot a three-point shot. In and out, no good. Another miss for Cincinnati. West Virginia's ball up by 12. Kirk Creesa, three-point shot. He doesn't miss, and the Mountaineers are kicking tail.
It's got to be a different adjustment here for the Bearcats.
A 15-point lead for a 9.5-point underdog. 59-44 is the score. Lukosius near the top of the key. Harris with a forearm in his chest. Seamas splits 2 defenders, feeds it to Reynolds, spins, puts up a hook, and scores.
They got to force some action here defensively. They're going back to the zone now.
59-46, West Virginia by 13. The Bearcats will try the 2-3. Kobe Johnson dribbling on the center court logo. Gives it up to Creesa, right back to Kobe Johnson. Now Seth Harris. Into the short corner and a cook. Up top for Creesa, swings it left. In the corner, Harris, wide open 3, bullseye.
I mean, come on. He dropped the ball, rubbed it around in his hand. There was still nobody in his face. He shot a wide open 3. Dan Skillings is looking, but does not react.
West Virginia, 9 for 14 from outside the arc. That is 64%. Wes Miller calls a timeout. And we'll take a break with 12 minutes and 24 seconds to go. It has been ugly for the Bearcats since about 13:30 left in the first half. Cincinnati led by 7 then. The Bearcats trail by 16 now. 62-46 is the score. This is the Big 12 tournament presented by R&L Carriers on News Radio 700 WLW.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota, like the family-size Highlander. Now through April 1st, get a new 24 Highlander with 4.75 APR financing or 5.75 on an electrified Highlander hybrid, or get up to $1,000 APR cash on the new Grand Highlander, depending on model, when financed with approved credit through TFS. Plus, you get 2 years no-cost maintenance. Get details at Toyota.com. Ready, set, go get your Toyota today. Toyota, let's go places.
There's something very dangerous in your home. It could be hiding in a closet or waiting in the basement. It's not sharp or toxic or flammable, yet it helps send more people to the trauma center than any other household item.
Hey, hon, do me a favor and hold the ladder for me.
I have a better idea. Let's just call somebody to clean the gutters.
To scoop out a few leaves? I'll be down in a heartbeat. Whoa! Ow!
No!
Using a ladder might seem easy. Misusing one is even easier. Ask any of the 150,000 people who fell off their ladders into the trauma center last year alone. Don't let a do-it-yourself project do yourself in. For tips on ladder safety, visit orthoinfo.org, a public service message from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons, who want to keep your bones safe, strong, and well-connected.
News Radio 700, WLW.
Second half, West Virginia is shooting just under 82%. For the game, it's 60.5%. And the Mountaineers lead the Bearcats 62-46 with 12:24 to go.
4 games ago, we dominated the points in the paint to the tune of, what was it, like 48 to
10 or 48 to 14.
Yeah. Now it's 22-12. So we're not getting what we need. You asked before the game, one of the questions, who has the advantage in a blowout situation? The team that got blew out or the team that did the blowing out? And obviously, the team that got blew out came back with a plan because they were embarrassed and they knew they were a better team. And they came out and we look like we have no effort whatsoever. They've been through 6 walkthroughs, film sessions, you name it. They had everything that Coach Wes Smith are pulling through on a daily or game by game basis, but they look flat and they're taking bad shots and the defense is atrocious.
West Virginia started the game 4 for 14. Since then, as a team, 19 for 24, 79%. I'm not sure I've ever heard of a college basketball team in a game where, the two teams are comparable, making 19 out of 24 shots in a stretch.
Come on, man. What about the Georgetown-Villanova
national championship game?
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be the
70.
Spins on his pivot foot, bounces it short corner. Kobe Johnson, guarded by Skillings. He takes him inside, puts up a layup and in. Kobe Johnson, and we're going to get a whistle and a technical foul called against West Virginia's Kobe Johnson. That's going to be a taunting call against Kobe. He did the right thing and scored the basket, but he looked and stared at the defender. You don't need that. Right now, you just went up 16 again. And now you're going to put Lukosius, a free throw shooter who can make them, at the line, and he does just that. He makes the first one. He's 82% on the season, and you're going to give back the 2 points in all likelihood that you just scored, and they do. So that washes out. So instead of 64-48, Cincinnati will get the ball back. Now down 14, and Kobe Johnson has a face-to-face conversation with Josh Eilert as he's taken out of the game. And not face-to-face in a malicious way, but just, Kobe, buddy, you got to control yourself. All right, here we go. Mountaineers by 14. Day Thomas front court, gets it to John Newman. Newman sends it out to Lukosius. He's a good shooter. 3 is up and in. Nothing but the net. So he hits 5 points in a row. And just like that, Cincinnati sniffing it within 11 with 11:20 to go. Now the Mountaineers, Kerr Carissa yo-yos it out front, gets it to Noah Farrakhan. He spins, back out near midcourt to Carissa. Carissa gets a screen from a Cook. Carissa gives up his dribble. Back to Farrakhan, shot clock at 9. Noah's at midcourt. Noah against Skillings. Skillings takes him in. Now restarts, pushes up a shot on rim. Bouncing won't go. Rebound tipped, controlled by Cincinnati. Back come the Bearcats on a run out. Left side, Lukosius. Lukosius on the near wing. Bounces it down inside. Bandego against the Cook. Spins. Jump hook up. On the rim, no good. Rebound taken down by Joe Harris. That's his 5th of the game. Back come the Mountaineers, leading by 11 with 10:40 to go. Off of a screen, Carissa sends the ball to Farrakhan. Back out near midcourt. Taken by Carissa. Kerr gets knocked down. Foul called by Day Thomas, and that'll be his 3rd foul. And that comes at 10:34, Cincinnati's 5th team foul. West Virginia now to the bench. Jesse Edwards will come in. Jesse on the afternoon, 10 points on 5 of 5 from the field. Inbounds taken by Carissa at midcourt. Shot clock shows 16. Jesse comes. Tried to set a screen, can't get it, now does a second time through. They get the ball right sideline, ball gets deflected, stolen by Cincinnati. Thomas down the floor, Lukasius gets the ball to Skilling, he slams it down. In transition off the turnover, timeout Mountaineers. as Cincinnati now has gone on a 7-0 run, and that 16-point lead for West Virginia has been cut to 9 points. It's 64-55 with 10:16 to go. So West Virginia a little sloppy there, a couple of turnovers, the bad decision by Kobe Johnson, and just like that, that 16-point lead evaporates down to 9, and now the question becomes, is the momentum plus Cincinnati, do they keep rolling, or can West Virginia now retake it and get some points on the board?
Well, you got to answer, and you want something close to the basket. I want something with one of the basket with Jesse.
Well, Jesse Edwards, as I said a moment ago, has not missed from the field. He's 5 of 5. He is 0 of 3 from the foul line. And you're out there with their center, Bandego, with 3 personal fouls. So to your point, John, you'd love to get a 4th foul against Bandego. 30-second timeout complete. Kerr Carissa, Seth Wilson, JoJo Harris, Jesse Edwards, and Noah Farrakhan on the floor for the Mountaineers. Bearcats have made 4 of their last 5 shots. They're on a 7-0 run. West Virginia, though, has made 5 of its last 7. WVU shooting 71% in the half. Need to resume that. Farrakhan bounces it outside wide left, taken by Kerr Carissa. Tightly guarded by Day Thomas. Carissa gets the ball back to Farrakhan just over midcourt. Inside of 10 minutes we go. Here's an alley-oop lob. Edwards puts it up and in. A great dish from out front by Farrakhan. Jesse's got a dozen. Mountaineers go back up 11. On the other end, Thomas penetrates right of the circle, sends the ball on a skip, taken by John Newman, the left-hander with a 3. Off rim won't go. Rebound foul, West Virginia. And that's going to be called against Jesse Edwards. The Mountaineers' 5th team foul, Jesse's 3rd. Non-shooting, and Cincinnati will inbound. Mountaineers up 11 with 9:41 to go, 66-55. All right, here's the inbound for UC. Day Thomas will throw it in underneath their basket, baseline right. Gets it into Skillings, far corner. Trying to get it to Lukosius. Instead, Skillings drives the baseline, cut off by Farrakhan, out front to Bandego. Now to Day Thomas. Thomas penetrates in, puts a shot off the glass. Won't go. Rebound, though, convenient. Lukosius open 3, got another one. Boy, sometimes you're just lucky. Now a technical foul has been called as Bandego was knocked to the ground, and Jesse Edwards may have just been assessed a technical foul. With 9:24 to go, that came off of the ball, and Bandego ended up on his back in the lane, and a technical foul has been called. That comes at 9:24 to go with West Virginia's lead cut to 8 on that 3-pointer by Lukosius. And now they're going to take a review of the sequence that took place.
If that's Jesse, that's 4.
Review is brought to us by Farmer Klein and Campbell. If you're injured in a truck wreck, call the truck accident team at Farmer Klein and Campbell. If you're injured in a truck accident, Farmer Klein and Campbell, strong and caring. Farmer Klein and Campbell, an official partner of WVU Athletics. You're correct. If it is against Jesse Edwards, that would be his 4th. So the officials, Hartness and Kissinger, over on the far side scores table. So the call on the floor was technical initially against Jesse Edwards. And Josh Eiler is out there now, and he's having a conversation with another official, Marquise Pettigrew, and Josh isn't happy.
He's going to say we're across the floor, and the body language just isn't good. So I don't think this is going to favor the Golden Blue.
So West Virginia has seen its lead cut to 8.
Well, they haven't put the 4th foul up yet for Edwards.
And that's coming.
There it is.
Here comes the technical foul shots.
Okay.
And this is Lukosius, who was 2 of 2. So that's going to give Jesse 4 fouls. That's going to get him out of the lineup, but they're going to have to go with Pat Sumner. And now Lukosius, once again, excellent free throw shooter. He's got a chance to make this a 6-point game.
Yeah.
And you're going to do it without Jesse Edwards, who's got 12 points this afternoon on 6 of 6 from the field.
This all started with that Kobe T. That's when it started.
All right, Lukosius. He is ready. He's 2 of 2 this afternoon, and he's 3 of 3. We knew it was only a matter of time before Cincinnati made its run. The question is, will West Virginia be able to withstand the run? Right now, EVU has just 2 starters on the floor.
Josh has got to make a decision on Battle, too. When does he bring him back?
Correct. Lukosius ready again. Up it goes, and we have ourselves a 6-point game, 66-60. Mountaineers as Lukosius scores his 18th point.
And Cincinnati possession, too, because of the technical.
Wow, they could really come out of this thing. This monstrous period here. Write that one down at 9:24. Could be massive in this game. Here's a lob into Skillings. Drives hard. Left side. Spins against Farrakhan and fouls him and knocks him to the floor. And Skillings is going to go to the line with a chance to make it a 4-point game.
Smart move on Cincinnati's part. Mismatch there on Farrakhan. Right to the basket.
Farrakhan picks up his first personal foul. Skillings, a 67% free throw shooter, to the line with 9:21 to go. And West Virginia on top 66-60. Skillings had 17 against the Mountaineers Saturday. JoJo Harris and Raekwon Battle at the scorers table. Free throw good. Seth Wilson and Noah Farrakhan exit as Harris and Battle enter. West Virginia shooting a smoking 73% here in the second half to Cincinnati's 35. Free throw no good. Rebound taken by Harris. But Cincinnati 7 of 7 up until that point at the foul line. All right, West Virginia with a 5-point lead. Have led by as many as 16. Can the Mountaineers get the offense back? Here's Slazinski held by Skillings. And that's going to be team foul 6. That's his 3rd personal. West Virginia will inbound. 9:09 on the clock. And they will inbound right in front of our broadcast location. Quinn Slazinski, who has scored 13 inbounds at midcourt, taken by Krisa. Popping out to get it, Harris. Quick touch. Now Slazinski between the 2 circles, guarded by Lukosius. Flips the ball to Kerr Carissa out near midcourt. Shot clock 9. Sumnick presents with a screen. Kerr penetrates. Going to push up a jumper. Won't go off the rim. And a rebound cleared by Bandego. Bearcats on the move up the floor. They're down 5. Here's Day Thomas crossing over. Sends the ball out front to Newman. Now Lukosius, far right corner. Skillings for a 3. Short. Rebound taken down by Slazinski. And here comes West Virginia. 8 minutes, 30 seconds and winding. 5-point Mountaineer lead, 66-61. Inside the lane. Here's Sumnick. Layup is good. What a pass from the left wing from Slazinski. Pat gets 2. West Virginia's up 7. On the other end of the floor, Newman. Outside right to Thomas. Lukosius on the right side wing in front of his team's bench. Sends it cross court to Newman. Now to Skillings. Skillings, top of the 3-point circle. Behind a screen from Bandego. Sends it to Thomas. Driving baseline right all the way through. They work the ball to Lukosius. Open for a 3. Swish. Great ball movement. His 21st point. And inside of 8 minutes we go. And West Virginia leads 68-64. 21 for Lukosius. Front court, West Virginia. Slazinski with it. Out near midcourt. Krisa, left of the circle, taken by Sumnick. Sumnick looks. Now dribbles across the free throw circle. Get the ball to Battle. Here's Ray. Going to push up a jumper. Off front rim. No. Rebound JoJo Harris. Into the far left corner. Open is Slazinski. How about a 3? Missed it off the rim. Rebound taken by Cincinnati. Here come the Cats down by 4 in transition. Day Thomas attacks the rim. Whistle. Foul against Krisa. And free throws coming for Day Thomas. We go to immediate timeout. 7:24 to go. It's West Virginia 68 and Cincinnati 64. More Mountaineer basketball after this word from United Bank, West Virginia's bank, proud to be united with the Mountaineers.
Get more bank for your business with United Bank. Whether you'd like to start a business, purchase commercial real estate, or equipment, United Bank can help. We support business development throughout our great state, making business and consumer loans and fueling opportunities. Small business owners' dreams come true and larger corporations grow. What can we do for your business? United Bank, West Virginia's bank. Proud to be united with the Mountaineers. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
For us, it's gold and blue. This is MSN, the Mountaineers Sports Network.
came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind, like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest. Uh-oh. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
When might you be buzzed? When you suddenly love everything.
You guys, I love this song. I love these nachos. I love our kickball league. Ugh! I love this guy. What's your name? You know what I'd love? A ride when it's time to head out.
If you see a buzzed warning sign, call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
I love your car. Is this real leather?
They went to the monitor during the timeout, and they have called an unsportsmanlike technical against West Virginia's Raekwon Battle. That is his 4th personal foul, and Cincinnati is going to go back to the free throw line. It's a 4-point West Virginia lead, 68-64 with 7:24 to go. So despite the fact, and this is bizarre, that West Virginia is shooting 63% from the field in the half, and Cincinnati is shooting the absolute inverse at 36%. Cincinnati has made 7 of 8 foul shots in this second half, and it has helped bring them back after trailing by 16 points.
You lose your poise. You lose your poise, you get 3 technicals over that span, and these are all free throws with no time on the clock, and that's how your 16-point lead evaporates.
So we now have had technicals against Kobe Johnson, Jesse Edwards, and Raekwon Battle. And now you've got Battle with 4 personal fouls, and Jesse Edwards with 4 personal fouls.
How long do you sit them and watch before you have to bring them back in?
Well, obviously nothing to lose here.
Right.
Mountaineer basketball presented by Omnia Sports and Promotions, West Virginia's promotional product and team sports leader. Based in beautiful St. Mary's, West Virginia. Visit them on the web at omniapromos.com, a West Virginia company. So here comes Lukosius, who has made the free throws off these technicals. He's 4 of 4, and here come 2 more. And a chance to make it a 2-point game. First one is up and in. His 22nd point. He had 12 against WVU Saturday, now 22, looking for 23. It's up, and he does. 68-66. And now we're going to get the free throws that led us into that timeout on the shot attempt by Day Thomas, who just happens to be an 80% free throw shooter. His first trip of the game. He was scalding hot with 16 first-half points. Held to 2 here so far in the second half, but now he'll step to the line with a chance to tie a game at 68, in which his team trailed by 16 here in this half. And he makes the first free throw. Cincinnati, 10 of 11 at the foul line in the half. 68-67. And the next one locks this game at 68 apiece, and so here we go. All new game. Who wants it? With 7:20 remaining. 68-68. Creasa dribbling out front. West Virginia playing without Jesse Edwards. Bounce pass, Kobe Johnson. Johnson near side wing. Gives up the dribble. Sends the ball back out near midcourt to Creasa. Creasa penetrates. Creasa to the basket. Layup shot up and in over Bandego. Creasa with his 13th point. West Virginia goes up 70-68. Inside of 7 minutes to play. Day Thomas works it outside line right to Newman, middle of the floor, dribbles to the left wing. Newman now out front to Lukosius. Lukosius, top of the 3, going to let that 3 ball fly. Got another one. Cincinnati takes the lead with 6:41 to go. 26 for Lukosius. It's 71-70 Bearcats. 6:35 left. Mountaineers will try to answer. Sumnick with it between the 2 circles. Hands it over to Creasa. Cree gets a rescreen from Sumnick. Sends the ball outside left to Kobe Johnson. Shot clock shows 10. Sumnick sets a screen. Kobe penetrates left side, takes it across, lobs the ball to Slazinski. Shot clock 4, 3. He's on the right wing. Tries to get Newman up. Draws the contact, misses the shot. Free throws for Quinn Slazinski. Well done. He'll get 2 free throws.
About all we could do there with where they were in the shot clock.
You're absolutely right.
Yep.
Absolutely right. Now, a lot of times they won't call that if you initiate the contact, but he just got close enough in where Newman was inside, and you could get that, and they're going to call it. So Slazinski will get 2 with 6:10 to go, and West Virginia down by 1 point. Up and in. Quinn has 14, and this game is tied at 71. Sumnick exits, a Cook in, and they continue to keep Jesse Edwards on the bench with 4 fouls. Next free throw on the rim and in. West Virginia takes a 1-point lead, 72-71. Walking it up the floor comes Day Thomas. Thomas over midcourt. Sends it outside left, Bandego. Back to the basket. Hands over to Lukosius. Open 3 straight away. Got another one.
Got to fight off that screen, Tony. Get out there and get a hand in his face.
Guy scores 26 and no one came out to get him. Cincinnati up 2, 74-72. 5:45 to go. Here's Kriisa. Working the ball up front. Nearly lost the handle. Regains it. Sends the ball outside line left to Kobe Johnson. Kobe works from a screen from a Cook. Kobe in the lane. Puts up an off-balance floater. Up and in. Kobe Johnson with his 6th point. All of those here in this half. Ties the game at 74. 5:25 to go. Day Thomas again over midcourt. Got to stop Lukosius. Thomas drifts left, gives the ball middle of the floor to Newman. Here's Lukosius again. Another straightaway 3. Not this time. Rebound under the basket. Bandego. Shot up. He's stripped. He's fouled in the act. He'll get 2 free throws. They'll call it against Slazinski, and that's a good person for West Virginia to have it called against. That's just his 3rd. And Bandego to the free throw line, and this is the guy you want on there. He's 1 of 3. If you're West Virginia, you want him on there. He's a 58% shooter. And the first is up and in. Nevertheless, you play the odds.
Yeah, you play the odds.
So he puts West Virginia down a point. And here comes the move with 5:11 to go. Jesse Edwards returns with West Virginia down a point. All right, now here is Bandego again. Line to our left, up around the rim and out. And it's a 1-point Cincinnati lead, 75-74. 5:05 and winding as Kriisa brings the ball up over midcourt. Kriisa between the 2 circles, guarded by Day Thomas. Penetrates, gets the ball to Jesse Edwards. He takes it in the lane, gets the ball poked away. He regains it. He's under the basket. Now forces one up, won't go. He draws a foul against Bandego with 4:52 to go. So Bandego will put Jesse Edwards to the line. He just picked up his 4th foul. Immediately he runs off of the court. He knows that Jameel Reynolds is going to come in for him. And Jesse Edwards with West Virginia down 1 to the free throw line. He is 0 of 3. Up it goes. Swish. We are tied at 75 in a game which has seen 8 ties and 14 lead changes. 4 minutes and 52 seconds here in our half. 75-75. Next one for Jesse. Up it goes. Made them both.
There you go. Good job, Jesse.
So West Virginia grabs the lead by a point, 76-75. Day Thomas dribbles it up over midcourt. Flips the ball to John Newman. Middle of the floor to their center, Reynolds. Hands it over to Lukosius. Here's another straightaway 3. Off rim. Won't go. Rebound slapped. Now we're going to get a whistle. And we're going to get a foul call against Cincinnati.
I think it's Newman.
Yes, it is.
That's 5.
Hello, Newman. That is 4:38 to go. And West Virginia will walk to the other end. And they will have a chance to build on a 1-point lead.
I'll tell you, though, I just grimaced when Lukosius come off that screen. Nobody was there to pick him up, and he missed 2 in a row. Maybe he's tired.
Yeah, they're going to have to ice his shoulders after the game. He is 7 of 12 from 3.
I know it.
So John Newman, one of their best defenders, finishes the game with his 5th foul. And here is Joe Harris at the line. West Virginia's up 76-75. First one is up, and he'll get the bonus. Josiah is 34 of 41 on the line this season. 83%. West Virginia's up 77-75. Next one for Harris is airborne. It's no good. Rebound slapped by Slazinski. JoJo gets it back. Out to Carissa. Now to Kobe Johnson. He whispers the play call to Carissa. Shot clock shows 10. Edwards presents a screen. Kobe starts to penetrate to the bucket. Puts on the break. Sends it out front to JoJo Harris. Here's a straightaway 3. He hit it with 4:21 to go. JoJo Harris from downtown. West Virginia goes up 5. 80-75. 4:10 to go. Thomas now gives the ball left wing. Skillings takes it. Gives the ball back to Thomas on that near wing. Here's an alley-oop lob. Skillings lays it up and in from the weak side. Good play. His 11th point. West Virginia's lead is 3, 80-77. Inside of 4 minutes we go. Immediate timeout coming on the next dead ball. West Virginia with a ball in the 3-point lead. Carissa has it outside line left. Sends the ball underneath. Kobe Johnson, he's been feeling it. Backs in against Day Thomas. Backing in. Kobe puts up a push one-hander. He hit another one. Kobe Johnson with his 8th point. Back comes Cincinnati. Lukosius, left side wing. Mountaineers up 82-77. 3:30 to go. Thomas on that left side wing. Works out front. Gonna stop. Gonna pop. 3. Swish. For Day Thomas. It's a 2-point Mountaineer lead. 82-80. 3:20 to go. Cincinnati has 1 timeout. West Virginia has 2. Carissa over midcourt. 20 on the shot clock. Jesse Edwards presents with a screen. Carissa curls to his right. Kerr lobs it. Right side wing. JoJo. 3 ball. Off back iron. Wonko. Rebound taken by Cincinnati. Inside of 3 minutes to play. Bearcats down 82-80. Skillings attacks. Out right corner. NBA right side 3. Swish. Cincinnati takes an 83-82 lead. Day Thomas just hit another 3-pointer. Cincinnati has hit 15 threes in the game. Timeout West Virginia with 2:46 to play. Cincinnati has hit 15 3-pointers of their 27 baskets in this game. We'll take a timeout. 2:46 to play. Bearcats 83, Mountaineers 82. Back after this from Kroger, the official grocer of WVU Athletics.
Kroger always gives you savings and rewards on top of our lower-than-low prices. And when you download the Kroger app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. And with a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. So you can always save big every day with our savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Dear team, thanks for showing up for me with the best face paint and taunting the other team in the kindest way. For standing on your seat when I need the support and screaming until your throat hurts because you know it makes a difference. For wearing my number. For being the best teammates a player could ask for. At Highmark, we're proud to be cheering alongside the best teammates. Fans like you. Because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Official partner of West Virginia University Athletics.
Mountaineer fans, West Virginia baseball season is here.
A rip to right center field. Tracking back is Kelly. 2 grand slams in 2 innings. It's all West Virginia. Grant Hussey, his 10th homer of the season.
Now's your chance to be part of one of the best atmospheres in college baseball. Join Coach Randy Mazey and the rest of the Mountaineers for another exciting season at Wagner Field. Single game tickets are now on sale. Reserve your seats at WVUGame.com.
Mountaineer basketball is sponsored all season long by CareSource. CareSource Affordable Marketplace Health Plans. Lost your Medicaid coverage? We got you.
It will come down to the final 2 minutes and 46 seconds here in Kansas City. Cincinnati has a 1-point lead over the Mountaineers, 83-82. Just unbelievable 3-point shooting by the Bearcats here in the second half. They've made 9 out of 18 threes, and West Virginia has given them 6 points off of 3 technical fouls. And those 6 points right now are being sorely impacting this game from a West Virginia perspective.
Plus the possessions after those technical fouls. So that's your difference right there. We got to play defense here.
Actually, possession West Virginia. So Josh Eilert has used one of his 2 remaining timeouts. And the Mountaineers are going to come out of that huddle with Raekwon Battle back on the floor. We haven't seen him since he had a unsportsmanlike technical called against him. Jesse Edwards is on the floor. Quinn Slazinski, Kerr Carissa, and Kobe Johnson, who's been excellent here in the second half. Ball inbounded into the hands of Kerr Carissa. Dribbles out front near midcourt. Angles to his left, gets the ball to Raekwon Battle. Ray in front of the Mountaineer bench, tries a long jumper. His 3 no good. And the rebound cleared by Cincinnati's Lukosius. He'll dribble it up himself. Flips the ball to Day Thomas with 2:25 remaining. Cincinnati with the ball and a 1-point lead. Thomas sends it left to Skillings, gets a return. Thomas on that near side wing. Thomas gets the ball to Bandego. Bandego, their center, hands it over to Lukosius. Lost the ball out at midcourt. They dive after it. It's loose, and we're going to get a whistle, and a timeout is going to be given to Cincinnati. Right at midcourt, West Virginia had a near steal as that ball kicked out to midcourt. I'm not sure about that one at all.
I'm not sure they have possession, Tony.
Neither am I. With 2:11 to go.
And that's what Josh is saying right now. Now, West Virginia does have the possession arrow in their favor, and they got to defend 7 seconds on the shot clock here.
That's a solid point. So 7 seconds on the shot clock, and they're going to inbound at midcourt. Right. So Cincinnati has the 1-point lead, 83-82. Jeb Hartness was the referee that was involved in that call. Lukosius sliding toward the sideline out of bounds right at the midcourt stripe. Raekwon Battle was in there trying to root that ball out. So the call by Hartness is that Lukosius had possession and then, therefore, had the ability to call the timeout. Now, that's the last timeout for Cincinnati. They won't be able to stop it again. And as John said, just 7 seconds on the shot clock. So you would think, coming out of this timeout, 2 guys, either Day Thomas or Seamoss Lukosius, they'll run a play to try to get those guys a look. Lukosius has been absolutely kryptonite for the Mountaineers here in this game. He's got 29 points, 7 of 12 from 3, 6 of 6 from the free throw line. He has taken all 6 of those Mountaineer technical foul shots and made those.
Probably a high ball screen, Tony, with center of the court. So
Lukosius will be the inbounder. Let's see if he inbounds and then circles back out to get it. They also put in Jizzle James, and he also can pull the trigger on a 3. James has not been out there in a long while. Here we go. Side court inbound. They lob it into the backcourt to Day Thomas. Thomas works to his left, penetrates toward the basket, sends the ball underneath, and he threw it away. And they say it touched West Virginia.
Shot clock 0.05.
Pettigrew, the official, says Cincinnati ball. And as to your point, John, there is a half of a second on the shot clock, and they've got an inbound sideline corner right at the corner of their bench. And Quinn Slazinski says to Jesse Edwards, you go over and you guard the inbound.
And don't foul.
Half a second on the shot clock. Cincinnati with an 83-82 lead, 2:05 to go. All right, Lukosius gets the ball from the official. And Lukosius inbounds on a lob for Bandego. The ball gets volleyed out of bounds, and it goes to West Virginia. All right, mission accomplished. And that may have hit Raekwon Battle. Either it hit his head or Bandego hit him in the head.
Yeah, I think the ball went off his head, so good headbutt there.
Here we go. West Virginia's down a point, 83-82. Inside of 2 minutes as Carissa walks the ball up over midcourt. Comes to the right side wing, looks down inside, gets it to Kobe Johnson. He's just outside of the lane, backing in against Skillings, backing him in, sends the ball back out front to Battle. Now into the hands of Carissa out front. Shot clock shows 10. Kerr looking inside, lobs it in for Jesse. Jesse makes the catch, puts up the layup shot. Won't go, tipped up and in by Jesse Edwards on a second chance. 90 seconds to go. West Virginia leads by a point. Lukosius out front. drops the ball to the right side to Skillings. Skillings penetrates inside, puts a runner up and in. Cincinnati leads by a point, 85-84, 1:20 to go in the game. Back comes West Virginia. Creasa out front. Slazinski. Quinn dribbles to his right, hands it over to Battle. Cross court to Creasa. Shot clock shows 18. Now to Battle outside. Battle on the near side wing. Crosses over. Ray drives. Ray falls down. Cincinnati steals it. They're running down the floor. Lukosius puts up a shot, and he is fouled with 1:01 to go. And he'll get 2 free throws with Cincinnati leading by a point. And their best free throw shooter is going to get 2 here, who has not missed this afternoon. 85-84, Cincinnati by a point. And Lukosius, who is 6 of 6, fouled on that play by Kerr Creasa, his 4th. On the other end, that was Battle, John. Just fell down in the lane.
Just fell down. Wanted a foul, but there wasn't one.
He's not going to get anything from these officials at this point.
No.
All right, here's Lukosius. You're due to miss, young man. 82% free throw shooter. You're 6 of 6 on the game. Free throws up and in. 30 points. And a 2-point Cincinnati lead. West Virginia has a timeout remaining. 61 seconds left in this game, 86-84. West Virginia down by 2. Led by as many as 16 here in this second half. Lukosius pushes it up and in. He has been unbelievable here today. All right, down 3 is West Virginia. Inside of a minute we go. You don't need 3. Kobe Johnson brings it into the front court. Edwards out front between the 2 circles. Dribbles to his right. Hands it over to Creasa. Here's Kerr shooting for a tie. 3 on rim. No good. Foul call Cincinnati. Jesse Edwards was knocked down in the lane with 45 seconds to go. If I'm Jesse, I stay down right here and have someone else shoot the free throws. Seriously.
I would too.
I mean, he's
going to go up and shoot him.
Oh, he is banged.
Well, he did make the last 2, so maybe he's...
All right, 45 seconds to go. Free throws, they'll get 2 with West Virginia down 3. I like the look from Creasa. It was a good, clean look. And it was just off the mark, short by a hair.
Let's get at least 1 here.
All right. So the foul call against Bandego, he is done, his 5th personal. So they go to Jameel Reynolds. Here's Jesse, his first of 2 with West Virginia down 3. It is up, it is in.
Good job, Jesse.
Jesse Edwards scores his 17th point. 87-85 Cincinnati. Slazinski and Battle are in the lane for West Virginia. And they're playing musical chairs out there right now. They finally settle. All right, here's Jesse again. Chance to make it a 1-point game. Up it goes. Off the rim, no. Rebound down to James of Cincinnati. Biggest possession of the game, perhaps, for the Bearcats. They lead by 2. 38 seconds remain. James with the ball out front, guarded by Raekwon Battle. Gives the ball to Lukosius. Shot clock shows 12. To the left wing to Skillings. Cross court out front near midcourt to Jizzle James. Clock's at 8. James gets a screen. James penetrates in. James puts up a shot, rejected out of bounds by Edwards with 4 on their shot clock. 18.8 on the game clock. Cincinnati's out of timeouts, and West Virginia won't use its. And so it's 87-85 Cincinnati. And so this possession will go a long way in determining the outcome. Lukosius, the inbounder, sends it into Skillings. Skillings penetrates, kicks it into the corner. Open jumper, good for 3 by Day Thomas, and that'll be the ball game. Cincinnati 90, West Virginia 85, and a timeout is taken by the Mountaineers. They're down by 5 with 12 to go. Day Thomas buried a left corner 3 to put Cincinnati on top 90-85. And for Thomas, his 29th point, and for Cincinnati, its 16th three-pointer of the game. Great pass by Skillings into that corner, and Thomas was waiting for it on the near sideline, and that, in all likelihood, will end this game.
Closest 31, Thomas 29. Can't stop him.
So the Mountaineers huddled around their staff, and West Virginia is now 12 seconds away from losing its 23rd game of the season. It will be a valiant effort by the Mountaineers, who led by 16 against a team that beat them on Saturday by 36 points. But when you go back and you do the autopsy on this game, 6 technical free throws for Cincinnati will ultimately be the margin. All right, off your West Virginia, you don't necessarily need 2 scores.
7 seconds away from a possible victory. They put 0.6 of a second back onto the clock.
Unbelievable. 38. They tied the makes in the Wes Miller era with 16 threes. They've eclipsed the attempts for threes at 38. The record for the Bearcats attempted is 48. Sorry about that. 48, so that's still in the Wes Miller era. So Wes Miller has shot 48. This team's against Tulane. 48 three-point attempts. They're not going to get there tonight.
Since the technical foul, the first of 3 technical fouls called on West Virginia, the Bearcats have outscored the Mountaineers 42-21. Here's Creasa, off balance 3, short, run down by Day Thomas. West Virginia is not going to foul. 4 seconds to go. Cincinnati throws it ahead to Reynolds. Reynolds will go up, dunk after the buzzer.
Yes.
And Cincinnati advances to the second round, rallying from a 16-point deficit with 12 and a half minutes to go to beat the West Virginia Mountaineers 90-85.
What a comeback. I'm going to be popping amlodipine like I am my blood pressure medicine. I need it. My goodness, the cardiac cats, they know how to do it to you. Down 16, and all of a sudden, Seamoss says, we are not going out that way. Tempers flare for West Virginia that really cost them with technical fouls and undisciplined play. But then Day Thomas and Seamoss really carried the Bearcats.
What a way for the season to come to an end for the West Virginia Mountaineers. They finished 9-23. They had a 16-point lead with 12 minutes and 25 seconds to go and self-destructed with 3 technical fouls, leading to 6 free points for Cincinnati. It swung the momentum, and the Bearcats go from 16 down to a 5-point win in the final 12 minutes and 25 seconds.
I just got chills down my spine. I'm so proud of this team because we know the ups and downs, but no lead is safe against this team. We mentioned that on the coaching show on Thursday. I said, no lead is safe against you guys because you guys can put together consecutive stops, and Lord knows if you ever make threes, you would have had 8 more wins this season. But man, what a way to put a game away. To see the comeback, to see the look on West Virginia's face when they go from down up 12 to 9 to 7 to 5 to 2 to go back up 5 to go up 1, then back and forth, and all of a sudden the dagger in the corner was special.
Up next, a matchup with a Kansas team missing 2 players who combined for 37 points a game. Kevin McCullough led the league, averaging 19 a game. Hunter Dickinson, second in the league, averaging 18 a game. It's already been declared they're both out due to injury. Cincinnati will face a depleted Kansas Jayhawks team tomorrow night at 9:30 with a chance to advance to the 3rd round of this tournament.
Well, best believe those guys that never get in the game, they're a couple of 5-stars. So they're going to have some players. They haven't played this year. Self is going to try his best to do what Self does, is build it around Furphy and say, okay, you and KJ, you're our guys. You're going to go out there. We're going to put the ball in your hands. But Cincinnati's bigger, they're taller, they're more athletic, and they're riding this wave of emotion.
We are sticking around in Kansas City for at least another night. The Bearcats beat the Mountaineers 90-85. Stay tuned for the postgame show coming up. You've been listening to the Big 12 Tournament presented by R&L Carriers on News Radio 700 WLW.
You've been listening to UC Bearcat Basketball, presented by R&L Carriers.
3-point shot. Yes, sir.
University of Cincinnati Bearcat Basketball has been brought to you by Skyline Chili. Feeling good? It's Skyline time. Your local Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky Toyota dealers. Visit buyatoyota.com for all Toyota offers. Toyota, let's go places. And by R&L Carriers. Partner with a family-owned LTL provider at rlc.com.
Unbelievable.
This is UC Basketball from Learfield.
Family owned and operated, R&L Carriers prides itself on quality customer service. With a nationwide network of service centers, our team works for you and your business, guiding freight across the U.S. and Canada. Speak with a representative to learn more about the company's guaranteed expedited and liftgate services. Our experts will take the time to create a custom shipping solution to fit your individual needs. Connect with us at rlc.com. One call, one carrier. R&L Carriers.
With the constantly changing landscape of technology, it's important to stay ahead of the game. Have access to the latest technology services by leveraging Encore Technologies for managed services, professional services, and support. Encore provides a range of services including data center, cloud, network, and collaboration solutions, all accessible through our 24/7 service.